Hey, this is a comment to Aaron Viola. That's what she said. Coming to you live from We the People Podcast Network. It was a text that she sent me. Welcome to this week's Politically Correcting Podcast and your weekly dose of common sense. My co-host, Val Lewis. Austin on the ones and twos.
Oh, hello.
And my very special guest and friend, Gotti Perry over here. Let's get our drinks out and toast for the ability to have a drink with another person while having open and honest dialogue and always striving to walk away still being friends. Salud.
Absolutely. Salud. L'chaim.
Oh,
cheers.
Sure, there we go.
Mm.
Oh, yeah. For this week's verse of the week, I want you to really listen to these words because you've heard them a million times over and over again. You've heard them a million times. I guarantee it. You might even be able to finish the verse of the week before I even finish it.
Sure, Austin knows.
Listen to it. Austin has to.
Oh, definitely.
Listen to the words. Take them in with the idea that God is not what you see here. All right. We always see that picture, right? When you look around. Nor is he this who we see on a cross, but we're going to see him as the other one there. All right. Being a little facetious here, but listen to the verse. Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not
want.
He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, with thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. I love that because it starts with the Lord as my shepherd. This is David speaking. David was a shepherd, right? And he's sitting there saying, the Lord is my shepherd. And when you think about a shepherd does anything he can to save even just one sheep that goes astray, one sheep that is dumb, because sheep are dumb. They're not very intelligent. They don't have a mind of their own.
You're going there already?
They just follow the flock.
You're going there already?
I'm talking about literal sheep. They tend to fall over into gorges and stuff like that. And the shepherd will leave the other 9 just to tend to the one sheep. And that's how God is with us. He allows those who are already on the path, already on the good path, are still being faithful to him. And all he wants is to have that relationship with that one person who is striving to find a way, striving to find some kind of way through this crazy life of ours. And David here is saying, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He lets me lie down. He leads me. He restores my soul. Even when I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Fear not. Fear never, never, ever fear. And he ends it with, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. That's how much trust and faith he had in God. We've heard that. Was I wrong? Have you not heard that a million times before?
Yo, no lie. If you'd have put like a Tupac tone on it, it sounded like Tupac.
Or it could have been the Bible hymn, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Man, you guys just got a taste of the melodious singing voice that was God-given. That's right. Well, I appreciate you, Gotti, for coming on. And I know you just came back from vacation down in Florida, the great freaking freedom-loving state of Florida.
I forgot we had snow here.
Well, we didn't until you got here. So
you're petty.
Respect that. Jeez. Way to bring that here.
Own that. Own what you did.
All right. Well,
I brought the snow.
You brought it. Yes.
It's all you.
That.
You create your own reality.
I thought I'd bring fire.
Well, light it up.
All right.
Light it up.
That was the last podcast.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Florida, let's bring up the Florida's Surgeon General.
Yeah,
I know you saw this.
Yeah,
you were what you were talking about. You sent it to me, and I was literally reading it.
Yeah,
and I was like, no freaking way. So this is the Florida Surgeon General here and Health Department draw fire for amplifying vaccine doubts. Now, read this, please. Just wherever you stand with the vaccines. I know that people are kind of tired of hearing about vaccines and COVID and yada yada, but we were promised by the CDC and the NIH and every entity that's involved with COVID that they would keep an eye on the VAERS report. That if they saw any anomalies, they would jump on it and not, I would say remedy or fix it, but they would be on the lookout. They would make sure they keep an eye on it. And if anything crazy was happening, they'd be on it. Look at what the Surgeon General down there said. He simply states, this is all he states, Florida saw a 1,700% increase in adverse events reported to COVID-19 vaccinations. 1,700% increase. Does that sound safe and effective? I don't think so either. That's why we released this health alert. He released a health alert to the CDC. It says he notified the healthcare sector and the public of a substantial increase in VAERS reports from Florida, just Florida, not across the nation, not in New York State, not California, but in Florida. And that includes for life-threatening conditions. This is what we were told that they were going to do, was keep an eye on this stuff. And we're having an article that already jumps out and says that this guy is drawing fire for amplifying vaccine doubts. Is he amplifying vaccine doubts or is he following the science?
I think he's following the information, right?
This is statistics
Sounds
here.
like it.
1,700% increase in adverse events. That's not a small amount.
Well, Jose, let me ask you this question. How many science or medical research projects have you willingly walked into knowing exactly what the research was about, knowing that they're either going to withdraw or extract some sort of blood from you or inject something into your body, right? How many of those?
What it is.
Right, they tell you, but they let you know everything was going on. How many of those have you willingly gone into yourself?
Me? None.
You're doing that though. You're saying no because of what reason?
Because I can.
And you don't know what it is that you're going to get in return.
Right.
This was a global medical research project on
allegedly.
No,
I know. Just doing it for
they
YouTube.
actually said it. They've actually said this was a medical research project,
a live event,
and they forced it on you though.
Yeah, that sounds like rape.
Honestly,
Definitely.
we've been guinea pigs for a while.
Yes, we have.
Some people pay attention to it, some people don't care, and we've literally been tested on for a while. So
you know, the U.S. Navy was testing on Puerto Rico until 2003.
Dang.
On like the Navy warships were setting detonations off, and they were fucking up women's reproductive systems for
that's a big one.
Generations,
That's
right?
a big one. All of these medical research,
and that just gets swept under the rug. That's not 1960, 1970, 1980. That's 2003 that it just ended. So speaking of Black History Month,
hate you.
Let's bring up what the Sun Sentinel says about what they said about the CDC, about the Florida Surgeon General, though. CDC says Florida Surgeon, so they responded. Says Florida Surgeon General draws wrong conclusions from COVID data in his vaccine warning. So he's drawing a conclusion, or is he stating that there's a 1,700% increase in adverse events?
Draws wrong conclusion. All right, so what is your conclusion? What did you say?
The CDC?
Yeah, what did they say?
They said that there's 4 reasons why that gentleman should not be using VAERS data. They say that he should not be using VAERS data to make conclusions about COVID-19 vaccine. Number 1, because of the mandates. COVID-19 vaccines were more stringent for these mandates because of mandates. I don't really understand. The volume of vaccines, more than 670 million doses, not arms, 670 million doses of COVID-19 vaccine have been administered in the United States. This accounts for more doses of COVID-19 being given than any other vaccine. Okay, so
they're not countering any. This is
nope.
This is what they call it.
I don't even need to read through the rest of that.
Yeah.
They're saying that he should not be looking at the VAERS data to make conclusions. He didn't make any conclusion. He literally just said there's a 1,700% increase in adverse events. Look into this. That's all he said.
Yeah.
And they are going after him. Now, pull up what they used to do with the VAERS report back in the day. So this was tracking serious COVID-19 vaccine reaction. This is February 16th, 2021. This is 2 years ago. It says the U.S. CDC and the FDA use VAERS to track adverse reactions. Patient submissions and evidence of some underreporting shows it doesn't reveal.
Use it. Yo,
That was 2021.
They're good. They know that people are just not going to go back and make that connection like you did.
Nope. VAERS is used to monitor adverse reactions to all approved vaccines, most recently the COVID-19 vaccines.
That's
let me read in there. Mid-Coast Hospital Chief Medical Officer Chris Bowe said, it's really set up so information can be obtained if there's an unusual or unexpected reaction. Bowe continues, it's a nice system and that individuals can report it themselves.
Now, who's he? He was from where? Where was this guy from?
Bowe here. Where is he from?
Was he from the CDC?
He's Mid-Coast Hospital Chief Medical Officer.
Okay, so
he's from a hospital. He's a chief medical officer who spoke about VAERS before it became politicized.
Well, before we even get to that guy, the Florida Surgeon General should have enough credentials, period. Not to mention he is a black man. So are we just trying to say that this black man?
Are their voices don't count anymore?
I mean, should we say this is not equality and inclusion? You're just gonna bypass what this man said because he's black? I'm pulling that card now on that one.
You should.
He's only doing that because he's black. Fuck it.
Honestly,
Here we go.
I don't even think it's bypassed because he's black. I think it's bypassed because they don't want the real information.
Oh yeah, well, I get that, but I'm saying just for the sake of, I mean, you get more traction this way.
Black voices count.
Gotta pull the black card. I'm gonna pull it on this one.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Chief Medical Officer Chris Bowe, who knows? But it says, furthermore, healthcare providers are encouraged to report VAERS, any additional clinically significant adverse effects following vaccination, even if they are not sure if vaccination caused the event. The FDA and the CDC use the data to spot concerning trends and determine how often and how widely they happen. This is before VAERS became used in a political ploy. Like for the most part, not it wasn't all Republicans because I'm a Democrat. And I used the VAERS report and said, look at this. This is a cause for concern back in 2022. So did he. There was a tweet, the black and white tweet, that the same medical doctor from Florida, Surgeon General, this is from 2022. He said, today we released an analysis on COVID-19 mRNA vaccines the public needs to be aware of. This analysis showed an increased risk of cardiac-related death among men 18 to 39.
Can we?
I don't think that was
population control.
Listen, they're not listening to this dude because he's black.
Allegedly.
That's all. That's it, man. That's it. It was put like this: anytime a black person,
a black doctor, because he's not the first black doctor that has been freaking took down like 8 pedestals.
This is straight racism right here at its finest, bro. You're silencing a black doctor because what? Okay, what he just because he's a black surgeon general for the state of Florida, he doesn't have a voice. Yo, it's racist. Racist.
Completely racist.
Straight racist, 100%.
I'm sorry, I didn't read the part of the DeSantis Surgeon General and Health Department.
Bro, where did ice come
I brought
from?
ice in.
I was about to say, we got ice up in this joint.
Ending sentence. The ending sentence on the thing on the left, the article on the left there. It says a tweet by the Surgeon General and a similar one from the Health Department's official account questioned the safety and effectiveness of COVID vaccines, a position that puts him at odds with the scientific consensus.
Okay, who starts the scientific consensus? Who says, all right, this is now a consensus of scientists and we all believe that we're going to go this way?
Well, you know what I believe? I believe in the newest updated data on natural immunity that just came out. That even NBC News came out with it. You saw that?
Yes, I saw that. Yes.
Immunity acquired from a COVID infection is as protective as vaccination against severe illness and death, study finds. This is, who is this? NBC News, right? Can't see the top of it. This is not
popping.
That's ABC, NBC, whoever the hell it is. These two over here ain't even paying no attention.
I am.
Yeah. We're just pouring drinks, man.
That's the newest update. It's out there for the world to see. This is,
but they just slid it. You said it just slid it up underneath there.
Yeah. Did you see it on the news?
I saw it on.
I saw it on TikTok.
I saw it on.
I saw it on TikTok. I didn't see it in the news.
The weirdest thing for me is to hear about all this stuff now, but to also know that this stuff been happening since 1920, even beyond 1920. But what I knew about was about 1920. So all of this research and all this stuff was back then, you know, and it's just coming to light because the millennials, everybody is pulling data. There's Google, there's TikTok. So
2020?
Well, right now, yeah.
You said 1920.
No, 1920. this stuff been happening.
When the original flu came out?
All of that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All of these diseases, all of
Mhm.
this COVID, all of this population control. Say it again, allegedly.
Nice.
But this stuff been out, it's just it takes people like you to pull it, to give the people now the information. Oh, thank
I
you,
was
sir.
I was embarrassed when at first, right? And again, it's Black History Month, so I'm gonna be blacker than black.
Can I
So
be included?
Yeah, of course.
are
I
black.
mean, you
Good.
are black.
I
Right.
just want to make sure the rest of the world knew.
Yeah. But back when they first rolled out COVID, right? Black folks was looking at each other like, yo, only white people getting COVID.
Uh-huh.
man. Y'all see that? And then
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden, like a snap of a finger, right? Couple people went on a new, this is real, y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all better take this serious. And then all of a sudden, the people who were most susceptible were black and brown.
Why is that? You
Well,
remember?
The vaccines were on their way. They were about to get rolled out right after. And that's who they wanted
It's easy
to begin
it
with.
comes down to easier
They're
information
targets,
in that.
yeah.
They're more susceptible. I say they, meaning us.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
We're more susceptible because our fucking health sucks.
Well, yeah, anybody
Because our
comes
health sucks. We have the highest percentage of people who are freaking dying
easy
of heart
targets,
disease.
yeah. But it's easy to kind of piggyback off of what we already know we should be doing anyway. I think, but when it comes to virus and stuff like that, I like, again, growing up as a young black man, I really thought ginger ale was the cure all for everything.
It
Right.
used to be.
It used to be. Then all of a sudden
They
they told
changed
us
the
it didn't
ginger ale.
work. Like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Is
It
it weird
worked
how
every
science
time.
changes?
Yo, ginger ale
Hot
and ramen noodles
Yeah.
all day.
Yep.
I've
Now-
said it all the time.
To be fair, that's like I thought that too.
See?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, okay.
It worked. It really
It
did work.
expanded,
Yeah,
I
right?
think it still works.
Yeah,
just
mine
now.
works.
I
My
just
grandma
added
gave me
with it.
ginger ale.
So ginger ale all day.
But you
Yeah.
gotta understand, they changed
So
the
it's
ginger
across
ale,
the board.
so it's not the old school
Yeah,
ginger ale.
it doesn't contain ginger at all.
Not even the soups are the same thing.
No.
Unless
But
you make it
ginger
from
itself,
scratch.
though, is a
Right.
natural remedy for everything.
Right,
And
right.
I was shocked, though, that, people of colored culture, folks who use those type of remedies like ginger.
Caribbeans, baby.
Well, yes, the boiling ginger and garlic and all that stuff.
Yep.
Like
That
that
works.
stuff works. It works. So when they was like walking around, I'm like, wait a minute, you are our last hope. Like, I'm supposed to come to you for turmeric and
Right.
those things that
Cayenne pepper.
right. They work
Spirulina.
though. They work. So, how they infiltrated the minds of folks who are naturally curing themselves. I think that was the biggest
Yeah.
surprise to me.
Yeah. And
Well-
dandelions.
A lot of things they did with this generation is made everything fast.
Mm.
So no one takes
Convenient.
the time
Yep.
to have, blend the real fruits. Nobody take the time to cut the ginger up and make that. No, everybody.
You have a
needs
can of
fast.
vodka soda because it's too hard to mix vodka soda.
And that's true.
It's true.
That's true.
That's
and-
I'm no
and
lie.
it's deadly, but
It
it'll do
is.
the
Oh, yeah,
job for right
100%.
now.
I say you, but I brought it.
You're petty. You're petty. And it's great.
Yeah, it is actually Cutwater. I'm gonna. They're a really good brand.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some at the bar.
They're good. They're like 13%
Definitely.
alcohol in a can.
I actually got those in popsicles
Word.
from the same place.
Oh,
Word.
yeah, they do.
Word.
Yeah, I
Yep.
forgot. Yep.
I got the popsicles.
Something that you don't want to make popsicles,
Popsicles?
popsicles out of is the water in Ohio.
We're gonna die.
You see the CDC, because obviously the science changes.
Yes.
CDC changed toxicity info on vinyl chloride days before
Mm.
derailment.
Mm.
Why would they change the toxicology profile for vinyl chloride?
Gotta cook the books, man.
Before it says massively increase the lethal exposure level and removing information about how the chemical affects children just 2 weeks before the train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio.
So wait. Throw me that. Can I get that? Because you know what time it is, right?
Oh,
You know what time it is.
yeah.
Yep.
I literally think.
Play the music.
Conspiracy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. With
Yeah.
all of the train derailments, the factories getting burnt up, the
Farmlands.
farmlands are getting torched. I think we could be at war right now. We're probably getting attacked. We don't even know it. By the time we find out
Mhm.
that we've been under attack and we've, been invaded, we're done.
Medication is like back ordered
Yeah.
for people.
Yeah.
The type of war is this is a whole new war.
Oh yeah.
Crush it from within.
Well, because we're so used to having 20 different options of like one item that they can easily keep pulling away from item after item.
Mhm.
And then by the time you see like, where the hell is everything? And we saw a little bit, we saw a taste of it during COVID, but they literally changed toxicity info. So you can play that music again there.
Is this same like in 9/11 when Larry Silverstein, literally fought to get the insurance money for the Twin Towers 2 weeks before they fell, and then he didn't show up for work?
Weird.
Ooh, coincidence. Go ahead.
What a coinky dink.
Yeah.
From what I
Sounds
hear,
like Jason too.
Oh, it's probably that dangerous.
Right. From what I hear, that train was supposed to go up in flames on its own. The fact that it didn't, and they decided to torch it instead of, they could have easily brought in another train or another truck and said, let's siphon all that nasty chemicals from this train that's on the ground. All it's doing is leaking. Just plug up the leak, plug in the freaking hose, put into this other one, or however you do it. I don't know. But put into this other tanker and we can remove it ourselves. No, we must explode it. Why did we choose to blow it up?
I mean, it's on the board. It's on, what is it? Ohio, Palestine?
East Palestine.
East Palestine?
Uh-huh.
I mean,
it's right over the water, which feeds like 10 million people. It's like an underground, I forget what river it is, but that's the, conspiracy theory is that the fact that it's right in the area that is very, very good soil. And it has like waterways underground that goes into different areas and feeds water into other irrigation levels.
That was by design.
Allegedly.
By design, man. I mean, look at the name Palestine. Over in Palestine, they're literally at war. Gaza, it's, they don't do stuff by coincidence. Nothing is
by
coincidental.
coincidence, right?
Nothing. So.
Including radioactive water.
Oh, God. Yes.
Let's keep it going.
Keep it going. Dumping 1 million gallons of radioactive water in the Hudson River is best option per Indian Point nuclear plant owner. Wow. Explain that to me. It says the owner of the defunct Indian Point nuclear facility says it's planning to dump about 1 million gallons of radioactive water into the Hudson River. The move, which the company describes as the best option for the waste.
Where does the Hudson River empty into? Does it go up to the St. Lawrence?
I'm gonna pull it up because I'm not very good with geography. Hudson River. I know that's where they landed the plane, right? What's the name?
Yes, that hero.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Yes, Tom Hanks definitely did it. But the Hudson
that
River
goes through.
It goes up, right?
It goes
to the St. Lawrence. The St. Lawrence then enters Lake Ontario.
I put on my satellite here. All the way up. That goes up. That goes up. It goes up. It goes into the Finger Lakes area.
It's infiltrating into Lake Ontario.
It's going up to Plattsburgh, going up to Montreal. Yeah,
it's going up there. So let's say now they do the Mad Max movie, right? It's all about water.
Yeah.
Lake Ontario, from what I know about Rochester, we sell a lot of water here. So if you destroy the main source of water here,
we have the most natural water.
We have the most natural water. So you destroy our waters here.
I'm sorry, clean natural water.
Clean natural water. Again, that we sell out to other states.
We sure do. They pay extra for it.
They pay extra for it. So if you destroy that, the other states that are relying on our water, New York City is in a state, but New York, we sell water to New York City.
New York City should be a separate state.
They should be, but we sell them water
out there.
And Bastards. We sell other states water. If you fuck up our water, we're fucked. Then they're fucked. Then everybody's fucked.
And our people die.
Because there's a lot of people there. Once you start requiring people to buy water, there's not that many people who can afford it.
Can't afford it.
Right.
And you can't fish, or you can't eat the fish that's, part of that's religious.
Yeah, because you can go out, you can go right into Lake Ontario and fish some freaking
teach a man to fish
salmon and eat it.
Teach him how it's really feed not his family even for life. Real fish right now. Literally.
Allegedly.
Oh, sorry.
I got you.
It's not real.
To your point, all of our fish can have 3 eyes like the Simpsons.
Yeah, because they're inundated with mercury.
Mm,
Pregnant women can't even eat it.
yeah. Eat the small fish, the perch.
But they're
And-
modifying it too.
Everything's freaking modified
Yeah.
nowadays.
Mhm.
Everything is modified. That's why you need to grow your own stuff.
Yeah.
Grow your own food.
Okay, but you can grow your own food, but the soil is not even. No
you can't
good
even
right now.
you can't even grow in
It's not
in the
even-
city of Rochester. You're not supposed to grow food in the soil. You're supposed to have a raised bed.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but then where do we get that soil from? Because the soil in our backyards is
From
radiation.
Home Depot.
From year-round grounds. I hear it's a
Home Depot.
really great landscaping company based out of Rochester, New York.
Do
Okay.
that-
Year-round
do that
grounds.
plug.
Shout out.
That's what's up.
We'll check them out.
Yeah, check them out.
Fucking can't no snow to plow.
Right. I don't think today's even going to get to
So-
3 inches.
No, it's just right now.
But through all of this, remember Biden and FEMA said, "Nah, Ohio, sorry."
Yo, he went to go chop it up with
On President's Day, our president decided to go to
go to Russia.
Ukraine,
Oh wow.
and
Ukraine is
to
still Russia.
Poland.
Can we just stop playing around? Ukraine is still Russian. Excuse me. They are. They're still part of Russia. Regardless of whatever anybody's saying, Russia still owns Ukraine. They're not a sovereign country. They're not a sovereign nation.
You might be talking about Crimea,
Or is that Crimea? Okay,
Yeah.
whatever. So,
but it is the border.
but
of-
it's right. So they're pretty much they all speak the same language,
Mhm.
right?
that'd be like saying Canada is the same as America.
No,
Hell yeah.
We should take over Canada, shouldn't we?
we should.
For sure.
Shouldn't we freaking
We
give them
should
freedoms?
take it.
You
Yeah.
guys leave Canada alone, okay?
Why?
Oh no,
Because
no.
they're amazing by themselves. Okay.
I really do like the Canadian
I
version
love
of
Canadian people.
They never had to do anything.
Okay.
Ever.
the fall
Ever.
side is dope.
It's not
Their
their
fall size
fault,
is
though.
dope.
The Canadian people are amazing. I'm sorry.
The
Nah,
Canadian
nah.
people are great.
They have
The
the
women
most
in
hospita-
Ontario,
I want that poutine. Get that part of
We're being good.
51st
Yes,
state.
we
Get that
are.
We're
poutine
being
out
good.
here.
but man,
Yeah, so don't bother Canada. Leave Canada alone.
absolutely.
I'm not even sure I've ever used that one.
Word.
But he reversed the stance on FEMA. But guess who comes to the savior of Ohio? Did you see this?
Donald
Donald J. Trump.
flies in. Did you see me on that chat, man? I came in like.
He's a businessman. He's a businessman.
Donald tweets out, or I should say
I'm
tweets
sorry.
out. He truths out because he doesn't use Twitter.
Listen,
He says, "I'm going to go visit East Palestine."
I've seen a lot of relief, okay? This is the best relief, the best aid. Look, there's so much AIDS down there.
Oh,
Got
He's a
There's
businessman
millions
first.
and millions of people that needs help. We need millions of dollars.
so many dollars.
Hey, if I didn't come down, he got the.
It's the voice for
resolution
me.
Yeah. He's like Ariana Grande with his voices over
Oh,
here.
God.
So Trump writes that he's going to go
Tremendous.
visit East Palestine, and Biden goes ahead and reverses his stance and makes sure that FEMA gets out there and they get some.
Yo, Biden is so whack, bro.
Do you not realize that it is the
He's
black?
just sleep.
It's
Leave
the
him
black
alone.
community that could save us from Joe Biden.
Yes, and I be trying to I try every single time. I try every single time, and I just be sitting back shaking my head like I told y'all from the
I told him
beginning.
too.
Look, I'm sorry. I was part of the black community, but then I
Oh.
didn't vote
But
for
then you
Biden.
didn't vote.
Yeah,
no,
you got
no.
no, you're not.
Oh,
You're
so-
not anymore. I thought that was it. I thought that would have did it. I thought it was like, they definitely not gonna vote for him this time. No, they did. 81 million lined up, dancing in the streets in Philadelphia too, in Philly at that. They should the people in Philadelphia should be like the biggest libertarians out of anybody in the country. Period. Like they live next to the Constitution.
True.
Like you're right there.
Yeah, that's
And
very
they're
true.
the dumbest voters.
And the Liberty
we
Bell.
have.
Not the
Yes.
dumbest
Can't say
voters.
the dumbest voters.
Jesus.
I think that a lot of people
I'm
don't.
not in politics.
They don't realize propaganda when they see it.
Yes.
I had an argument today with the whole faith-based group leadership. Someone had shared a news article. They just thought it was a news article about this politician who did this anti-violence initiative.
Mhm.
At the very top of it, it says opinion. And the person that wrote it was a fucking politician himself.
Wow.
So I said, there's a lot of questions I have about this. I'm like, first of all, It's a politician that did this, that wrote the freaking article, and it's an opinion piece about
Right.
himself.
Oh wow.
So that should like scream something. Number one.
Right,
Number two, I went through this whole list of
Red
things,
flag.
and they still fought back with me on it. And I'm like, you know what? Believe what you want. Like there's just some people you can't fix the
You can lead
mentality
a
of.
horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
You can. And I like it irks me so much that there's so much of that in Rochester that people just refuse. Still, even after the NBC report comes out and says that natural immunity is better for you than the freaking crap that you stuck into your arm.
Allegedly.
I'm just going to do that because YouTube's a bunch of dicks.
Right.
They still would look at that and say, I'm going to go ahead and ride around alone with my mask on.
What is the biggest fault of a narcissist, right? Their inability
Yes,
to
yes,
admit
yes,
when
yes,
they're
yes.
wrong.
That's
Mhm.
true.
The inability
man,
to
that's true.
admit it.
My
Yes.
wife felt that one about me right there.
Yeah.
Think about it, like you, but if you don't have the ability to say, I'm sorry, I was wrong.
Mhm.
Dr. Drew apologized. He just apologized because he said, yo, the conspiracy theorists were right.
Yeah, because he was all aboard that.
He
train.
was get the vaccine. The vaccine is this, blah, blah, blah. He said,
Let's hurry up and
I
get the
want
vaccine.
to apologize to the conspiracy theorists because they were right. So the folks, just think about it. It really challenges their whole entire beliefs. They
It
wanted to be right so bad
Yep.
that, yo, listen, bro, why aren't you wearing your mask? Like, come on. Like, that's all you need to do. If you wear your mask for 2 weeks, they're going to open up. All right, listen, on top of wearing your mask, you got to get this shot. If you don't get this shot, we can't just go back to normal because of
Right.
you.
All right. And it's like so many different strains of the shots. Like, which one is good?
What you get? You get the Moderna or the Johnson Johnson? I don't
It
know.
shouldn't be
I'm
that
thinking.
It shouldn't be that many.
I don't know, but I had a heart attack
thinking.
last week at the age of 23, and I don't see a problem with that.
I met this one guy. I was looking at his house. He's out in Buffalo, and this was like fresh into it, fresh into the shots, whatever. He was forced to get it for whatever reason, and
It's
he
the worst.
didn't want to do it too. He
Yeah.
knew this
Was it
didn't
a
feel
job
right.
title?
Yeah, it was in a construction or contract, something like. He knew he just
they
didn't
had
feel
over
good.
100 employees, probably. Remember?
Yeah, he just didn't feel right. Never had any heart problems. He's on a heart pacer right now because of the shot. He was like, I take the shot
Allegedly.
the next day, my stomach swelled up with freaking. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And my heart's racing. They're telling me I had a heart attack. And now I got this heart monitor on here for freaking the rest of my
pacemaker.
life.
Pacemaker, never had an issue before in your life.
Mm.
We got kids who are literally dying on the field.
Yeah.
And
But the data is out there for everyone. Again, like you say, it's people wanting to accept that's what's happening. You know, a lot of people don't want to accept that they're killing us.
I literally had a conversation with somebody, I forget who it was, and I looked at them and I said, because they were completely on board still with the vaccine.
All right.
And I looked at them and said, do you not see all of the sudden deaths? Like all the people who are getting heart
That's not
attacks
enough.
at a young age, and they're like, well, you can't, just because they had a vaccine doesn't mean that it caused it. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're right.
It does.
But let's just say, for example, that
It does.
if heart attacks increased by 25%
Right.
in just 1 year,
Right.
wouldn't you think that there should be something alarming about that? Well, then what if it was 38% and not 25%? Would you not then say that that's very alarming because the numbers are more towards that?
Well, what do you think about this? Where you have Strong Hospital, pretty much trying to incentivize the vaccines for
Still?
paying. No, I'm saying they were paying people up to $900, parents, for bringing their child,
Bring their kid in.
bringing
Yeah.
their kid in
Yep.
to get the COVID vaccine. They were
To be on
paying them
have their kid in the trial.
enroll in the trial, and they were telling parents that if there was an adverse reaction, they could sue the hospital, which it wasn't true.
No, they said that the hospital will cover all their expenses.
They'll cover their expenses,
Yeah,
but
if
they
something were to
said
happen.
if something were to happen, right?
Which expenses? Death?
Right,
Yes,
right.
Death expenses?
They
The biggest
when,
expense of all.
the main
God.
expense.
No.
like,
when the county came out with theirs and saying that they were going to give out sneakers and like $100 gift cards, some craziness. And I asked the doctor, I have the email, asked him, What information are we giving to parents that are of the negative side effects?
Wait, hold on.
Is that that's the city of Rochester reaching out saying we need to retract
Like,
that?
hold on.
That
Hold
investment.
They're
on.
like, Gotti,
You
shut
on the
up.
show with Jose? Oh, shit.
Gotti, shut
we
up.
knew he's shutting the game. The taste
I've
of Bahamas.
never
Nothing.
got this many tests.
Nothing.
Not during work hours. Not-
Oh man.
oh, they're gonna get me.
Taste
Well,
of Bahamas.
we can go to the next
Look,
thing.
I'll offer
None
as like, I'm the resident liberal, of course.
Yes.
I got the
As someone
shot.
who got the vaccine,
I
Yes.
did, and yes, my heart grew 3 sizes. But that's because I found the true meaning of Christmas.
Okay.
So you were a Scrooge first. You were a Scrooge at first, and then the shot just made you a lot more.
Have a
warmer.
bigger heart.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Okay.
that definitely was the shot.
We'll check back on Austin.
I'm
in
fine.
You know,
2 more
none
months.
of that was even the daily conspiracy theory.
No, that
No.
was, but bro, it's facts now.
At this point,
it's
you
facts.
can't nobody
now.
say nothing
You
about it.
You can't take it back.
But it does get to the next thing with the WHO.
Well, who
Yeah.
got the eyes? Who's on the eyes?
Definitely
On
gonna
the,
get me.
wait, why can't we see anything on the right hand side? What
Yeah,
happened?
what's going on with our updated system here?
We'll figure that out.
Okay,
Hey, shout out to Aaron. What's going on, Aaron? Who's up the top of Aaron? Who's that?
Barbara.
Hi,
Good thing I have
Barbara.
raised beds. Yes, good thing. I think the Erie Canal connects to the Hudson River, or connects the Hudson River to the Genesee River.
Oh dang, we're jacked up
Ooh,
all
that's us.
around. We're jacked up all around.
Ooh, that's
And
us.
that Genesee River moves fast, so it's carrying anything with it.
And it doesn't freeze over.
Oh, it's just going. It's going all into Lake Ontario.
Oh man. Well, thanks for just destroying my. Can you turn your bringer off?
Sorry.
It's going over here.
Throw that outside
So
the
sorry.
Right.
window. That way you have to get a new phone with that crack.
So the World Health Organization, World Health Organization, in 5 days, they're going to be agreeing to develop the zero draft of legally binding pandemic accord.
Yo, that is dangerous. Now, remember when that first poster came out? Like, they said, no, that's not true. They don't have control over what we do.
They are unelected leaders, unelected. They are put in place by countries that have a ton of money,
Bill
America
Gates.
included, Bill Gates included,
Mhm.
and they are creating international laws that the countries that are in the WHO, who put money into the WHO, that they have to legally abide by.
Somehow what's that Black Rock, that investment firm? I'm pretty sure they got money into WHO.
I'm sure.
BlackRock, Warren Buffett,
Just more ESG money.
Gates. Who's the top financiers of WHO?
Can you pull that up while I continue the discussion?
I would love to know.
It says countries meet for 3 days to agree next steps toward historic legal instrument rooted in the WHO Constitution designed to protect world from future pandemics.
There's a constitution with the WHO?
Yep. During discussions,
Mhm.
member states call for global agreement that takes into account equity, promotes preparedness, and ensures solidarity and respects sovereignty.
Mm.
Zero draft of the pandemic accord to be ready for negotiations by member states starting February 2023, February 27th to
If
be
stuff
exact.
go left and they come to your door and say, we can take you to a safe place, don't go.
It's not just that. They will be legally bound if you are in an area that FEMA says is a disaster area because of natural, because the earth is polluted, because the water is polluted. They will have the ability to take you, extract you,
Wow.
and put you into smart cities.
So
Allegedly.
So the FEMA camps that we've been thinking was
Mhm.
for the COVID, with all these, hazard disasters, right? With
Mhm.
all right, what year is this? 2023.
Mhm.
We got 7 years before the World Economic Forum says, "Hey, we have the solution for all of your problems in the next 7 years, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna like it. You're gonna own nothing, and you're gonna like it."
Right? That won't be the next president. It'll be literally the beginning of the president after next.
So right now, what we're seeing right now is the setup. This is like
The beginning.
They're years ahead of their time.
Yeah.
We think
That's
of
true. That's true.
What are we doing tomorrow? What's on the schedule for
Right.
next week?
Right.
No, they're thinking decades.
Right.
The folks who have the ability to kind of see these things and think about it critically, we are seeing it and calling out in real time, while the folks who just are now catching up to where, honey,
Or even just ignoring the facts.
yeah,
That's all.
like, honey, yeah, that's it.
Oh,
Honey, guess what?
so they're together then.
You know what? I think COVID really isn't that serious. I mean, we can just let him go to school. He's fine. He's just fine.
Right.
But honey, he tested positive. But the false.
No, he was around somebody that tested positive.
The false positive is 50, 60%. You could be a false positive, right? Honey, that's conspiracy. If they talk like that, you need new friends.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Because
I
they
was-
don't want to accept it.
I was
They
thinking.
don't.
I was thinking that while you were doing the voice, I was like, man, I didn't even.
Yo, let me tell you. Hold on, let me tell you.
I have no
Let me
friends
confess
like
on this
that.
one, man. Let me confess on this one, yo, because I know he ain't watching. Yeah, I was dying laughing, right? I was dying laughing. So my brother, right? My brother was all in. My brother's all in on this COVID thing. For real. Like,
Okay.
he's all in. Still. So,
One of them.
oh, he's one of them. No, this is 100%. No, allegedly. Straight up.
No, I was gonna go.
Gay, so gay.
Oh, yes. It's get
Oh
worse.
my God.
So, he's not feeling well. They
Mm.
go and get the COVID test kit. Honey, let me get the COVID test kit because I need to test to see if
Did he pay for it?
He got the kit. I don't know how he paid
Okay.
for it,
Mm.
They're
but
still selling them.
fine comes out positive. He's on video chat with my mom. You know what I mean?
Freaking out.
He's on video chat with my mom at home in a mask.
It's not his fault. He doesn't know
How
no
old is he?
better.
How old is he?
34.
Oh,
He doesn't know any better.
He's in New York City. They have it bad in New York.
Yeah.
New York, I don't know how they program those folks, but they did it. They did a real good job. My uncle, he lives in the Bronx. He comes up, this motherfucker still wearing a mask.
Off of fear.
Yes.
Fear.
Going into the grocery stores,
No,
going in.
you know what it is?
I got to wear my mask, man. Yo, I don't know. I got my mask. I don't got my mask. I don't got my mask, man. I'm like, dude.
It's full of dudes, and there's only so many women. So all you gotta do is get the women on board with it,
Right.
And the guys will fall in line because they're like, "Well, I don't want to be the asshole that's not falling in line."
They turned them into a bunch of pussies down there, bro.
They did.
Pussy's.
Wise.
Big
What-
time.
What is he?
Pussies.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we had the investors there. It's funny because it's on the World Economic Forum website. The 20
Ooh.
contributors to the WHO program.
Mm.
What we got there? United States of America by far. Look at
Woo!
that
So they
graph
want
right there.
to. So again, whoever controls America controls the world. And this right here.
Hit me one more time, Daddy. Hit me one more time.
Oh, and then
Tax me
who's
again.
second? Who's second? Who's second behind the United States
Damn.
of America? Oh my God. I rest my case on this, man.
You can't tell me that the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is not directing traffic.
United Kingdom's right there. Then Germany.
Wow.
Who's the government alliance? Who's that?
So the Gavi Alliance.
Oh,
is-
Gavi? Okay.
Yeah. I also didn't know, so I just Googled it.
Good, great.
So they're a private organization that vaccinates people all around the world. It is funny though. On the about page of the Gavi website,
Bill
one of
and
the
Melinda
first
Gates.
things you see is a picture of Bill Gates.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I know who it is now.
This-
I know who it is now.
I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist,
Yeah.
but
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yo,
They're
who's-
also all on board with the federal dollar and the digital scanning my ID stuff.
Oh my God. Yo, keep going. Who's next?
Oh my God. Do you guys remember that movie? I don't know if you've seen it recently. So it's a chip that they placed in people's heads to where they stopped the government and the violence went down because they just pressed a button and everybody freezes. So, oh, y'all didn't see that movie?
No.
Oh,
No, but it sounds right up my alley.
I just seen it yesterday.
Austin's
check
got
it
it.
out.
I
Austin
was
has
like,
it.
this is beyond time.
yeah, the Matrix. That's
Yeah.
the
Not
movie.
the Matrix, but that's something too.
Yeah.
For real.
I really wish I could remember the.
So they're
Title.
going to be discussing. They're going to stress that any future pandemic accord would need to take into account equity, strength. Got that right there. And respect to sovereignty. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on human lives economies, and societies at large must never be forgotten. The best chance we have today as a global community to prevent a repeat of the past is to come together in a spirit of solidarity, in a commitment to equity, and in the pursuit of health for all, and develop a global core that safeguards societies from future pandemic threats. So that's the
Wow.
that's the group of people who are unelected, who are out there discussing what they're going to require us Americans to fall under.
Yo, so remember when Bill Gates was kind of celebrated in China?
Yep.
And then he also celebrated China for how they handled the COVID response.
Sure did.
So we're going to hand the keys over to that guy who thinks the Chinese government did a phenomenal job in completely obliterating those people's rights over there in that country, and doing it even more so now than they did back then when COVID was just coming out the blocks there.
Well, speaking of an idiot putting their foot in their mouth, your boy Donnie Limon.
Oh,
Did you get the link I sent you?
Why you gotta be my boy?
Wait, when did you send me
I
that?
sent you the link like 3 hours ago.
He don't like what I like.
No, it's right before the podcast.
I don't. Yeah, that's not my boy.
Donnie Lemon, you know Don Lemon from CNN. Do you see what he did?
You don't know who
recently?
Don Lemon is?
I do not.
Oh, guys, when you see his face, you're like, oh yeah, I know that dude.
Listen, I stay off media as much
Oh,
as I can.
God bless you.
I have to. It's
You gotta.
a real depression.
You really do gotta,
Yeah.
because he really stepped it up with this one. It was so bad. I'm gonna give Austin a little bit of time here.
I don't know that I can get it.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Off.
Can you pull up the article then, at least?
Yeah.
Thank you. It was so bad that this guy had to be basically sent away on vacation for a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Time out.
He was in timeout for stating.
He let his feminism get a little bit too far. Into
Not
his
this
head.
time. Not this time.
Oh, no,
this
he-
was anti-feminism.
No, but he thought though his
Oh, he
position
thought.
as a gay man will outrank women because they've been sitting on top of the world, right? As the male leaders that the women need. Women are more flocking to the gay men versus the masculine men. They are anti-masculinity and more male femininity. And this is what you get.
Mhm.
You get a toxic feminine male.
Toxic feminist.
Yes.
Toxic male feminist.
Yes. Within this situation here, I thought it was
Yes.
funny.
So there was a politician. She's a Indian American. I don't know how to
Something
say
like
it.
that.
She's an Indian woman.
Yeah.
Who she's younger. She's like, late 40s or something like that, where she basically said, it's time for the old people in freaking politics to get out of the way, because there's people in politics that have been there for 40, 50
That's
years.
true.
And
Totally
they're
agree.
dead old. They're just freaking decrepit old.
Yeah,
they're
not
they're
trying to
falling up the
change.
steps of freaking the airport, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Not the
she
airport.
said that they're not they're not in their prime. And Donnie Limon comes out and says, well, Nikki Haley is not in her prime either, because prime is in their, prime women in the prime are in their 20s and 30s. And so he's sitting there with two women next to him. And one was like, excuse me. He's like, well, if you look it up, it says that women, when they're in their prime, they're in their 20s and 30s and possibly even 40s. And she's like, oh, good. I'm glad that I made it in my 40s here. He's like, well, it's you just Google it. Google it. And I said, it's just fucking idiots. And he said they just weren't in their, she's not in her prime. And he was convoluting two different things. You can talk about a woman's
He
sexual
thought
prime
he
being
was
able
one of
to
them.
have
That
a
was his
child.
problem. He
Yeah.
thought he was one of them.
He thought something.
He thought he was one of them still within the male body, because guess what? With men, it's totally different. Men, as they get older, they become more within their prime, their dominant prime as they age. He thought he was one of them. He thought he was one of the girls. He thought you can get by with that. No, you can't, hunty.
The exact quote was, a woman is considered to be in their
Don't
prime
do
in
the
their 20s
snap.
and 30s and maybe 40s.
Mm-hmm.
That's not according to me. It's like prime. If you look it up, if you Google when a woman's in her prime, it'll say 20s, 30s, and 40s.
This dude thinks he can get any man on the planet. This guy think that's super feminine machismo.
I can even look at that and say, ooh, that was not
I
the
have
right thing to
no
say.
comment at all. But I don't like that comment about the prime stuff. I don't like
Yeah,
that.
That's bad.
You gotta know your audience first of all.
That's
and
bad.
when you are in that position, Donnie Limon, you just shut up.
And
Don't say that.
And it's prime
It's true.
within you're giving birth, but
Thank you.
when you're talking about
Yeah, having an actual baby.
yeah, that's
it.
your
Yeah.
prime. But
That's
when
your
you talk about
Prime
sexuality,
childbearing
we
age.
decline, and women
Women can still have babies
can
at
still-
40s.
Yeah,
We actually can have babies up to 60.
yeah. You probably shouldn't.
shouldn't.
It's a more of a risk, but we can.
And yeah, well, you can, but you probably shouldn't
But
because you
hold-
don't.
and for the male, you don't want that. You're like, yo, at some point,
Well, Gotti's got
we
like
don't
what do
have
you got,
to worry
12
about
kids,
I have
13
like
shooting
kids.
the
100
club
children.
up
Right.
without no problem.
And I'm 41.
I thought
Amazing.
31, so you
See,
aged 10
because
years
I'm
in front of
cute,
me.
because I'm cute.
That's what it is.
But yeah, you can't put a date, a time on birth or prime.
You can. September
do that.
25th is my date of
Hate
birth.
you. Hate you. I'm talking about being able to birth children. You just can't tell a woman after a certain time
Right.
she can't.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you right now that there's a lot of people in the city right now who, number one, don't think they want to give birth to any kids because
The world sucks.
of the same reason as why teachers don't want to go to work anymore. Pull up the article there. Local news here. Let me see how you feel about this because you got, like we've already discussed, 13 kids.
You shut your mouth.
80% of Rochester teachers say they feel unsafe.
With the children?
They feel unsafe in the classroom and going in and or coming out of school buildings. So they literally feel unsafe going to work, period.
Well, honestly,
The
let me just-
teachers?
The teachers,
well,
I gotta go to the bathroom.
80%.
this stuff too was also propaganda. So please understand.
Continue. I want to hear this.
It goes back to taking the male out of the homes.
Okay.
So it starts there. If there's no mother and father,
Mhm.
how are these children supposed to balance? You can't balance first because you need equal.
You need masculine and feminine
Yes, you
energy
need
in your life.
both. So as the government has taken the male out the home, they've gone to the woman and said, listen, you don't need the male there if we can take care of you. So what do women do? Oh, and then here we go. We're liberated. You're not paying attention to the natural design. The natural design, mother, father, children. You know, but people don't pay attention to that. So when we go,
Someone's going to get mad at that. Someone out there is going to get mad at you just said that,
and that's okay.
which is crazy because you know you can't have a child other than that. Like you can
It's a
naturally,
natural
I'm sorry,
design.
naturally you cannot have or bear a child other than what you
But
just stated.
even if you adopt children,
Natural feeder, I'm sorry, in vitro, you can go and become a test tube baby.
any
yeah.
of that, I'm going back to why the schools are the way it is. You know, so now we have these hot-head children. They're angry about certain things. They're poverty stricken, which means, what am I going to do to eat? I see my mother struggling because she's a single mother. So therefore, when I go to school, it's either I'm angry and I'm going to take it out on the teachers and stuff like that, or I don't eat. You know, I'm not eating at home
Right.
because mom can only provide so much. Again, if that
And can't
mom
pay for
has
RG&E.
right, RG&E, rent, she's struggling.
Food prices are astronomical.
Everything. And this is a mom that's probably taking a bus to work. So it's all propaganda to me. These children are not bad children. They're in a situation that they can't understand why they're in that situation. So they're angry. So when they do come to school, it's a let out. And I can say that because I was one of those children. It was a let out. You know, I'm not really here to learn. I'm here to get the fuck
Get away.
away. Right. And it happens. They're perceived as bad, but they're not bad children. They're misunderstood. So, and I do feel bad for the teachers that are uncomfortable, but it take that one teacher. And I'm going to say this right here. Mr. Moore, he was at the all boys school.
Leadership
was-
Academy.
Oh my God, he was amazing. Oh my God. And what was the other one? Started with a W. Oh, he was the short one. But they were amazing with the children. These are people that was able to connect with these kids and help these children graduate and understand you're not alone and understand why you're angry.
And that school was vastly improving.
Oh.
And then the school district decided to
Kill
Axe
it.
it.
Kill it.
It was the last all boys school
Yes.
in the
My
city.
son graduated from there.
Mm.
High honors. High honors.
High honors.
Wellman? I can't remember his name, but he was amazing. And it takes teachers like that. Not saying all teachers are bad, but if you're in the city schools, you don't need to be weak.
You can't be weak.
You can't.
No.
You got to understand what you're getting yourself into, and you can't be 22 years old
Well, that's what we're attracting because we can't.
teaching these children.
But that's the only people that's taking the jobs.
And I get it, but it takes that older person to be like, listen, let me talk to you.
Well, how about this? How about they stop with the kumbaya feeling that, there's going to be, which I understand, when you watch something on the news, you feel as though you can make a difference, right? If you're not a part of that.
Well, the school that was all male school turned into a social justice school.
Yeah,
FYI.
that's always a problem.
In my
because you're
district.
always going to get,
And he was amazing.
you're always going to get this super far left smarty
Mr. Wingo.
person, right?
That was his name.
Who thinks they can change the world but can't relate, can't
Right.
solve problems, can't really communicate the right way that's going to get through to these kids. Like, yeah, you can say, well, you gotta get good grades, and then when you graduate out of high school, you got to go to college, and
That's not it.
the world today is way more. It's way more diverse than what it was back in the day, going to school, becoming a doctor, lawyer, and whatever.
But is it the teacher's fault or is it the school system in general? Because
It's
I feel
both.
like
It's both. It's the school system.
They can only teach what the school system
Allows
says
them
that
to.
allow them to teach,
So
right?
they can't step out of line and try and teach something differently, because then the principals or the superintendents are like, show me your curriculum, because I need to see that you're teaching these kids
Parents
to be
don't care
not
enough.
empowered, but
That's true.
Parents don't care enough.
That's true.
If the parents
That's
cared
true.
enough, they would demand these specific changes.
I don't think
They're
it's the teacher's
allowing
fault,
it.
though.
They're allowing it.
I don't think it's teachers' fault
No,
either. I
no,
think it's
not
the
at all.
system. You talk about systemic racism.
Yeah.
Our city school district is the highest purveyor of systemic racism in the country, because we have the highest level of poverty pretty much in the country, top 3 city in the country. We have the highest level of poverty. We have one of the highest levels of single mother homes.
Yes.
We have the highest level of people who are just deciding not to be in the workforce. We have the highest level of children who are above 8th grade but read at a 3rd grade level. Like we're just destroying
Would you say the systemic racism part is coming from the people who are making the decisions because they know it's enabling the people and not actually, it's not inspiring the people to empower themselves to take
but it's got to
control
be
over
by
the- over it.
design. It's got to be
Right,
by
that's what I'm
design.
saying. It is.
It is by design.
It is by design.
And if I'm a single mother, again, I have a million children. I'm not single, but if I was a single mother, and I choose
you got
between,
a million children.
I do, and I choose
Give or
between,
take 2.
Yeah, you're petty, but and I have to choose between working to stabilize my home versus being at the school constantly. I'm gonna choose work.
Yeah.
So and that leads us to not know what's going on with our children. That leads our children also to be angry, because a lot of these kids, far as dealing with curriculum, they don't understand the curriculum. So that's an anger
A
within
lot of parents
itself.
don't understand it either.
True. Remember, they changed the curriculum.
Yeah.
Also.
That
Yeah.
commentary is brutal.
Yeah. And
It's brutal.
what did I do? What happened?
You didn't do anything.
Y'all can
What?
still hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you loud and clear.
I can't hear my mic.
Oh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
well, I'll keep going.
We hear you.
A lot of children are angry because they have no one to go to help them with. They want to succeed.
See, I have a hard time accepting that, because it's not, I think there's more convoluted than that, because there's so many options out there for after school.
Yeah, but that's an option. But who's going to pick my child up? Who's going to drop my child
That's the other
off?
side of it.
So
That's
we
gonna
got
do
kids
that.
that just looking for attention from their parents.
No, they're not. They're looking to understand.
Or be understood.
Yes, both. And if you cannot do that with the children, then you've already lost.
But these kids are very hard to be to understand these days.
They're
Like,
really not.
You need to talk in TikTok terms.
No, again, propaganda.
Sure.
Again.
And you need to be able to you can't speak in terms of male and female anymore.
Oh no.
They got hit
Allegedly.
with a lot of stuff. Yeah.
But you did bring up the male and female being in a household and all that.
Yeah.
But even still, let me clean that up a little bit.
Go ahead.
even a gay couple,
Mhm.
if love is there and you understand,
Mhm.
it's there. You know, again, it goes back to if I have time, if I don't have time, if I'm nurturing this child, period. You know, it just goes back to a whole bunch of things, and we can go back and forth about it all the time. But the real answer is pay attention.
How about this? How close to traditional values do you think like communities need to go back to? Traditional values, I mean, of course, starts with the going, there has to be some sort of religion as an anchor of a family, right?
Mhm.
You have to have some sort of faith-based education.
Faith, family, and
I'm
country.
I'm just saying these are just traditional values, not
Right.
saying that you have to agree with it. I'm just saying these are normal traditional values. Start there, and then from within the church, you're
People will say it didn't work. That's why we're here today. And
Right,
in my
but-
opinion, it's we pretty much like absolved the parents from any kind of discipline because you're not
That-
allowed to discipline
Right.
kids.
Right.
You're not allowed to talk about
but
God
even
in the
within that
schools.
discipline within the kids, discipline within the parents also,
Right.
Right.
right?
Well, they don't believe in discipline at all in this world today. There's no discipline.
Right. There's no discipline.
There is no
There's no
giving-
accountability for nobody.
There's no giving up of
But that's why the
current
children
wants
think
for future needs.
they're
Like,
supposed to be given everything and not work hard for it.
right. And I mean, we just went through a pandemic where people were getting paid more to stay at home than they were to go back to work.
So that's a traditional value, hard work, right? That's
Mhm.
part of traditional values.
I don't think it even needs to be hard work. It just
Or
needs to
just
be work. You
work,
need to earn,
right.
earn
Yeah,
your
Yeah, I mean,
earned income as opposed to given
but
income.
when you're working, though, are you working just to be like, I'm here, like I'm halfway here,
It depends
halfway
on the
not.
person.
Like you can be working and then not actually do anything. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
What do you think a
I'm
CEO
present.
does? All a CEO does
Yeah.
is delegates out the
But they
power
earn that
and then
time,
makes a
though.
final. Yeah,
There
they
had
get to a
be-
certain point.
They had to put in that time.
What I'm saying is there's people who get paid to do absolutely nothing.
But see, that's the thing.
Instagram stars,
People want to be the
YouTube
CEO
stars, TikTok
without
stars.
putting the CEO time in.
But then we got to go back to what you said, tradition. Like we're so far away from that. You can't even like put that on the table right now.
That's where we got to
We-
start.
we
Find a
can't.
way to bring some of those values back.
We got to find a way to work for what we're doing now.
And common sense. Like there's
Yeah.
just no common
Right.
sense at all. Like
Mhm.
do you actually know the definition of chauvinism? Because we brought up feminism before.
No,
You know what the definition of chauvinism is?
I just been called a chauvinist pig before.
You
but
are.
Yeah, me too. It's all right.
That's,
You are.
Definition is excessive, excessive or prejudiced support for one's own cause or group. That's it. So why is it
Well,
when men?
that's not. You read half the definition.
No. Because we're not gonna get
You
into the.
read
Hold
half
on.
the
Hold on. We're not gonna go into
definition.
We're not gonna go into the.
It was
Especially in blah blah blah.
yeah.
But we
Let
have
them
to.
know.
Right,
We have to.
right,
We have
see?
to.
No. We're not doing that.
Half of
to.
it.
No, because now in today's day and age,
You cut it off.
because what they
halfway.
do, what they do in the
It's all one
definitions now
sentence.
is they'll say, a woman is a female that, but also it's someone who thinks that they're a woman. Like that's what the dictionary does nowadays. It's like they give you the original definition, comma, especially those who blah blah, blah or especially blah blah blah. Right? Because that's what the definition did right there.
Yes, it says in particular male prejudice against women.
Women. Right.
Okay, so why is it when men are supportive of other men, we're called male chauvinists, but when women do it, they're called feminists?
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, no,
I'm not saying you don't have a
All I
point.
know,
I'm
the
just-
guys
I'm
don't like
just-
me because they said I'm too masculine. Shout out to my husband Jamal Roker because he can deal with me. Yeah, I've been told I'm too masculine to be a woman.
But see,
You're
I
probably
give those
told that
men-
by a very beta male, though.
Not sure. I'm an alpha,
I see.
and
There
I'm
you
a
go.
But see, you know what though?
Sure.
I think
Have at
I think that within that though, it speaks to your husband because if you have a strong personality,
Right.
if there's somebody out there
Everyone plays a
that
role in a
knows-
relationship.
right, but they know how to kind of push the right buttons to get you to be with them in that way.
Right.
That is a gift.
But we forget, this is the problem that I have with relationship today, is that, and not my relationship, let me just put that out there before I get in trouble.
Shout out to Edna.
Yeah.
Right.
Relationships of other people that we see on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, crazy freaking people out there, is that the woman has expectations of men,
Mhm.
right? But then men can't have expectations of women.
Yeah.
Like women want this equality. They say they want equality, but do you think they really believe in it?
No, let me talk about that.
You go ahead.
So when you talk about equality,
Aaron, I guarantee Aaron is loving this conversation.
It
She's ready to
literally-
jump through it.
it went out the door. Equality went out the door when we understood these days we have to be, our men are not strong. A lot of men, and shout out to those that are very strong, but our men are not built
Austin.
like that right now. They're not, they want to stay home.
Wait,
They
what?
don't want to work. They don't want to, take care of their half of the household. So therefore the women, we do what we got to do, and we work hard. We have the babies, we clean, we make the money. So for me, it's not equality. We say that, but it's like, what are you doing with yourself? Oh my God, you're so weak, but I still love you, which is the weirdest thing ever. So it's, for me, it's not about equality. It's that you didn't match me, but I still love you.
See, I don't particularly think that I don't
That's why we
believe in
scream
the
equality, I
equality
think.
part of it because we'll never be equal to a female. I'm talking to
None of us.
we as men are never gonna be equal to a woman because you go through some shit
And we can't do what you guys do
and you shouldn't.
or what you're
not
supposed to do.
you're not gonna go diving through freaking sewers
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
fix the sewer system.
Yeah, well,
You're not gonna build a house
yes, we
or
will.
a 5-story building
Yes, we
that
have.
will implode on itself in the
No,
middle of
you
New York City.
I won't.
Yes, we have.
No, no.
We have.
The numbers.
You
We
don't-
have
but
done
the
that.
numbers does
Women
not.
have done
Yeah,
that.
well, wait. Okay, stop.
Are you
Because-
saying
No,
more
no, no,
men
Here
do
we
it?
go, here we go.
If you're saying more men do it,
no, you
okay,
can't
but
say-
women do it
you
too.
can't say the
By
exception
far.
to the rule all of a sudden
Right.
makes it some sort of
Right.
majority where you get props
no.
for it.
You can't say, yeah, we did that.
But it
I
goes
know
back
that it's
to
like,
you guys'
if I
thoughts
go-
of tradition.
no, not even tradition,
Not even
just off
tradition.
of fact.
It goes
If
back.
we
A man
go
is a man
down
and a
the
woman
list
is a woman.
of contractors that are run by anybody and somebody's going to come out and do the actual physical work, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99% of the time, the man is going to come out to do it.
I'll
Period.
give you
Now, you will have
75%.
No.
I'll give you 75%.
No. Bricklayers,
Listen.
99% men.
What?
Electricians,
No.
97% men.
Listen.
Construction workers, I think now is more like 85%.
The internets may
men.
make it seem like y'all
No,
winning.
Right.
I
Y'all not
actually
winning.
no.
Just because you see some
Y'all
girl
not
on
women
TikTok
that's
with
doing
a
this
booty
stuff.
out,
No.
putting out
Not
some brick.
winning.
No,
No.
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 Not going with it.
I
Stop it.
actually
Go with it.
know women that are doing these things.
Yes, you are
Yes.
one person out of
But what I'm
They,
saying
they
is
used to be a man,
we are
and they're
doing these
trans
things.
women now.
Yes,
That's why.
you are.
I hate you.
Are doing these things.
They
Just-
are
yes.
doing these
Okay.
things.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll put out some actual numbers.
Okay.
Just a real quick Google search. Electrician. He's an electrician, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Electricians by gender in the U.S. In 2021, 95% male.
Thank you.
4.39% female.
And that's the one.
I would love
that's
to
the
know what that
percentage
other-
that they know.
No,
No.
We're not even talking about
you
the
cannot-
ones-
Put it.
You
Okay.
cannot
This
do
is-
that.
We're
This is
not
out-
talking
this
about
is
You
the
have to
out
get a
women.
license. The
This
license
is-
says whether you're male
This
or
is
female.
out of 442,000.
When they used to do
442,000.
okay, but when they used to do trades,
Mm-hmm.
there were a lot of women in those
Yes,
trades.
you
so
Austin.
what? You
There
Okay.
were a lot of
Austin.
women in these
Yes.
trades.
Continue,
I know.
Austin.
Hold
We
on.
do
Wait.
this.
I'm sorry. So I'm actually a tradesman.
Yeah.
That's my main job. I'm on heating and air conditioning.
Okay.
That's HVAC.
HVAC. Yes.
Mansplaining to you.
And I'll tell you.
You guys, I'm getting
and
jumped by men.
I took the I got my heating and air conditioning certification through MCC.
Okay.
In all my classes,
Oh.
there was one woman.
Okay.
In all my classes.
How many people are in the whole world? Can somebody give me that
Oh, there
number?
we go.
We're,
Yeah.
we no matter what, we can expand it.
Give me
to
that number.
The freaking
7 billion. Okay.
Okay, so that number, that percentage that you guys have is not accurate. It's not accurate.
It.
Sorry.
How so?
It's not
Imagine the
accurate.
chauvinism for her
Yeah.
to believe.
The percentage
not-
that
it's not
the
correct.
percentage
It's
that
not
counts
correct. I'm sorry.
in the country that
How-
counts in the
how
United States
so?
of America,
But only us.
you won't be able to do it. Okay, how many do you think are running around?
So
in
hold on,
Africa?
wait,
Only we
wait.
count.
You think in
China, they're
Other
not doing
countries-
it.
First of all,
It's
Chinese
more likely-
women do a lot.
Yeah,
Yes.
You know what
are
they do a lot of?
actually,
they
I'm
don't do that manual labor stuff.
not about to play with you.
That
Yes,
stuff.
they do.
They do. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, they're very
sewing.
manual. No,
shit
no,
and-
false. False.
Sewing shit.
False, right. No, sorry, false. That
making
went out the door
sneakers
years ago. Stop it.
And yes,
That's
that's
false.
what they did. They're not out there on the front lines
Actually-
like that.
For me, the Chinese women are stronger than the Chinese men. I'm sorry.
By what metric?
Yeah.
By
Where's
The way they hold the house down, the hacks that they get together, they will build a house because they know how to build a house. They will get the electrician together. They will do all that stuff. I'm sorry. You take it how you want to.
This is
Listen.
definitely you are definitely
What?
a
what
homer.
Now hold
I'm
on.
a homer?
You're Homer.
I'm a homer.
I think
Yes.
Okay.
Speaking for the women,
No.
like yo,
No,
we
no.
gonna do this.
I'm
shit.
talking
But hold on.
about from experience,
Well,
watching
yes,
women do
within,
this stuff.
Yes, within you. Yes, you're part of that small percentage, that minority, that 5%.
Oh my God,
That-
not 5%.
It was 3.2.
Oh,
No,
3.2%.
no,
it was
Yes.
4.3.
4.3%.
Your data's
You were that
wrong.
4.3.
Sorry, your data's wrong.
What about the others? You said electricians. What
So
about bricklayers?
That was just the one I googled. But all right, we can look up bricklayers.
There's more becoming,
Yes.
construction workers with the flags.
Let's see how many women are putting
They're
up
directing
chimneys.
traffic.
I
We're putting
know
up chimneys
women that will build
or-
a whole house.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I really
You don't know a single one.
Oh my God, yes I do.
okay.
Name her.
In
No,
Yeah,
Why?
see.
because I do.
Go ahead.
in 2019,
Okay.
out of 772,000 construction workers, 94% male, 6% female.
No, I do know that that's false because I do right now. I do see more construction.
Wait, so what is it? Is it
women.
put off what you see? So it's your perception.
Yes.
You are creating your
Yes.
own reality.
No,
Whoa.
It-
Literally.
it's- no,
Literally.
no. It's the truth.
I saw 5 flaggers.
Yeah.
And they were all female.
And they're black females.
They're all.
First of
they were
all,
It's the same black
they all
female that
had
works for all the
sign.
construction companies
Not
in
true.
Rochester.
Not true.
Because
I
we,
mean,
Oh
they
my God.
are dodging cars every day.
I've seen some asphalt
Slow.
women. I've seen some concrete laying women. I have.
I mean, that 6%
We've elevated.
does exist.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, these are the
but hold
women.
on. But if we
One out
switch
of
that
every
around,
one out of every 20.
if we said that
You're spot
about,
on.
if we said that about CEOs of major corporations, 94% of them are men. Women would have a big issue about that.
Mm.
There needs to be 50%.
Mhm.
I mean, we just got to
How
figure out how to make
dare.
it 50. That's all.
Well, you still.
Okay, so what about bricklayers? What about freaking construction workers? It should be 50, right?
I'm gonna make sure we go up
Okay.
because right now this is bull.
Because I don't don't believe
Your
women
data
truly
is
want
off.
equality.
No.
I don't think they want equality. Because I'm
we don't
gonna prove it
care
to you.
about equality.
I'm gonna prove it to you that women do not want equality. all
Everybody
right?
needs to understand their role. That's just it.
When 2 lesbian women are dating,
Okay.
that caught your attention.
He said, okay.
Period.
Which
Okay.
which one is the prize?
I hate you.
The answer's got to be both of them.
Yeah.
It has to be both of them.
No,
It
there's
depends on
no,
who's-
there's
No,
always
I
an
believe that
alpha
both of them.
woman.
That's the strap.
No, there's
man.
not the strap.
I was thinking gun. I think you thought that
Oh
friendly.
my God, I hate him.
Who's got the
There's
strap?
always an alpha in whatever relationship.
The one who got the strap.
No, it's not true.
Well, then
They both
okay,
have
so
So
then
they
why
both got the straps?
What is wrong with you?
Shoot.
What is wrong with this guy?
you fed him that bottle right
What
there?
is wrong with him? Not true. Not true.
Well, why does the alpha have to be the prize?
Because the alpha will take on the harder role.
Right.
Mm.
But what if we elevated the supportive role and said that the support is
They both
The
support
prize.
each other.
okay? So they're both the prize then, right? Good. I agree.
Mm.
Hate you.
If we agree that both women in a lesbian relationship are the prize, then why aren't both genders in a heterosexual relationship treated the same exact way?
Because society says no.
Society doesn't. Society doesn't.
Society says no.
No, feminists say no.
No, not feminists. Society.
I don't-
Society feeds you from when you're born. This is the male role. This is the woman's role. When in
Okay, fine.
reality,
Yeah,
if the house runs, it doesn't matter about a role.
but the role
What
itself
matters
doesn't
is-
matter in the terms of who's the prize.
Who
The-
said
both
anything about a prize?
I said the prize. The whole question was based on
are
that
prize.
was the question.
children.
That was literally the prize.
The prize is how the household
No.
is maintained.
Prize. Children are not a prize. Children are a liability.
Listen, you're
My
petty.
assumption that within a married heterosexual relationship, the woman is the prize, female is the prize, right?
Mhm.
That's
Sure.
That's what
I don't
think
agree with
he's
that. I agree both of us are the prize.
within the
The prize is how the relationship and the household is maintained. For me,
Mm.
that's it.
So I believe in meeting
children
halfway.
are future.
right?
Oh, my bad.
I'm all about meeting halfway.
No more for you.
If we have, duties and responsibilities of one gender, then there has to be duties and responsibilities of the other gender, right?
But you know what? In every relationship, whether it be two men, two women, everybody has their role. Everybody know
Right.
what to do when they, when
Right.
they're
So
in that
everyone knows their role,
relationship.
meaning they know what the expectations of them are.
But-
So in a lot of relationships, it is gender based. On the other relationships, it's based on who's producing more.
But that was the past gender.
No, who's producing more is
That's
past
what's
gender.
today. That's
No,
more.
you just said alpha. The alpha is producing more.
A
So
alpha can be the male, a alpha can be the
Right,
woman. Alpha,
exactly.
It doesn't matter.
exactly. I agree.
Again, the prize is how the household is run. And it doesn't matter.
I think the
sex.
prize is the household. As
Yes,
long as there
and how
is a
it's ran.
household, then that is the
how it's ran.
ultimate prize.
And that is amongst two men, two women, heterosexual. That's amongst all of that.
All of the above.
So
Wait. Go back to the whole alpha thing, right? Because there's a difference between alpha female, alpha male.
And I do
within
want to know
relationship.
definition of alpha
Because-
in your eyes.
Because within the alpha male, when alpha male is in that role
Mhm.
to be that alpha male, then he can't have any. There's no weakness that can be shown. There's no room for sensitivity. None of that.
Well, that's
no
your
room for
definition. That is your
That's my
definition.
Right.
my definition. But then when it's within the female cannot remain dominant all times, all of the time.
And that's your train of thought.
No, not. And I'm saying within just the overall, like, if you are a alpha female and your alpha way of controlling or taking care of the household is it can never be the same as the way a male can do it.
But and that's where you mess up at. When we say alpha, you think that we're trying to control you as the man.
No.
That just means we take charge when
No.
need be.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When the shit hits the fan, and you have to be that hard all the time.
We're together.
I don't think
Gotta be hard together. Or we're not gonna make it.
right, but still. So within just the alpha, not the alpha, the male
Mhm.
that's sitting behind the alpha female. What is his role? What do you direct the male to turn? Now you got to be
Who said
alpha.
he's sitting behind?
You
him?
have to, because you're gonna be faced with a situation where there
Someone
has to be
51%.
right. Someone has to be more than the other. So me as the male, when I'm sitting behind this alpha dominant female, when shit hits the fan, I gotta turn it on all of a sudden to be the alpha male in the situation? Because when the alpha female meets an alpha male, who the fuck's gonna win that battle?
Both of us.
Who?
Both of us.
Both of who?
Both alphas.
Both alphas.
Listen,
If the
So if
male is not an alpha,
again, it goes back to everyone knows their role. Everyone knows their role. Well, you're supposed to in a relationship. When I look at my husband,
Mhm.
because he is an alpha male.
When I look at him,
I'm not about to play with you.
go ahead.
He's an alpha man. And I'm an alpha woman. But we do different things.
It's like two horns, two rams.
Yes, but we both know when to let who take the role of whatever situation.
In whatever situation, right?
Right.
Right.
And that's, we've been together for 17 years.
So you're situational alpha.
Let's say that.
so was
I'll
it
take
alpha within the females, or you're alpha also within the male? You and the
I'm
males,
a woman, so I'm an
pool,
alpha female.
right? So that's what I'm. So
I'm
the
not a male,
term
so
alpha,
I cannot.
it's exclusive to the women.
No, it's exclusive to personality and traits. It's not dictated to a male or a woman.
That's the whole term of alpha, though. There has to
Not
be a
really.
point in time where
Not really.
that alpha female is going to rise and get herself into these alpha male situations.
I don't think so.
Mm,
It's like you could be the greatest, like Serena
happens all-
Serena Williams. She's an alpha female on a
Amazing.
tennis court.
mhm.
But once she started playing men, she got her ass whooped. Basic men, like not top shelf men, like out of college men,
Okay.
like 100 ranked 125th. She got beat by. So she's an alpha female in a tennis world, female tennis world.
Right.
But when she started going up against the men, it's like the female soccer team. The female soccer team got beat by a high school male
Right.
soccer team.
Right.
So it's the USA American female soccer team are alpha females in the female soccer world. But as soon as they step foot into the male world, not
I'm
so
just-
much alpha anymore.
That's what I'm getting at. The whole entire,
It's your thought of alpha, though.
No,
For you,
that's
your
what I'm trying to
thought of
get at.
I'm just
alpha
talking about
is
within
That's what I'm trying to get
male
at. What
alpha.
does alpha
within the
mean?
level. No,
what does
I'm
it
talking
mean?
about within
Just a
just the
dominant
levels
person that dominant
protecting
whatever their
yourself. You're
position is.
protecting you're protecting your tribe. You're protecting the people that are around
We are
you.
protectors.
Right. So within just if you're going out into the world and then there's conflict that arises, there's a situation that happens, the alphas within that tribe is going to have to step up.
Yes.
Right.
And there's multiple
And then
alphas in
there's
a
a
tribe.
limit, right? But there's a limit as to where both sides can go within those hierarchies.
Why is there a limit?
So an alpha male
Are you
can't.
saying it's imbalanced?
Yeah, so the way an alpha male handles an alpha female, we can't do it the same way. Within the male's perspective, it's always like the conflict ends up with, clashing physical contact. Like
I'm gonna take it a step further. If there's 5 alpha females and 5 alpha males on a boat that's sinking, and there's one lifeboat that can only handle 5 people, I guarantee the alpha males are gonna say, "Go ahead, alpha
Tell
female."
the women to go.
Right. So therefore, who's the alpha in that situation?
Well, the male chose to
because
let the alpha women
they
go.
gave up of themselves. I
Yeah.
think that's what makes
But
an alpha, is that they give up of themselves.
But that's each gender.
right.
That's each gender.
But at a certain point, when you compare the two, there has to be one alpha.
the only
Maybe
way 2 alphas can bump head if one feels some type of way.
Then
If,
you ain't no
if,
alpha
if a
no more.
male feel
Based on
like
the relationship.
if a male alpha feel like a woman alpha is too dominant, too strong,
He's not an alpha.
he can be an
No,
alpha.
he's not.
But
He's
you can
not.
give up, give up of yourself and say, you know what? You take
He
this
could be a
one
sigma
because
or
I
a
don't need this
beta.
one.
Because within just the characteristics of an alpha,
I'm done with you.
within the characteristics
totally
of an
done with you
alpha,
right
and
now.
he's dealing with the opposite sex of female, which again, an alpha is not gonna consider a female his equal. He's not going to. He's an alpha male. It's just his trait. You have alphas, you have sigmas, you have betas. The
You
sigmas,
can't count, they by definition they can't count them as equal, because when the push comes to shove, they have to take care of.
they have to take right. So they're not going to stoop to that.
They're then responsible for.
Yes, and they're
You
not
guys
going.
see
They're
these
not going to.
gentlemen.
They're not going to
Ladies,
interact.
speak up. Go ahead. Put it in the
Look
comment
at these
section.
gentlemen.
What did
Look at these gentlemen.
See, I knew Aaron was going to side with me. She always does.
That's your wife.
you say?
Aaron?
Oh, not Aaron. Oh,
That's
hi,
my second
Aaron.
wife,
Hi,
right.
Aaron. Hi, Aaron.
Edna.
Did Aaron come? I mean, Edna, come on.
Someone does have to make a final decision. I agree.
She
And,
lets me know when I come home.
and
I watched the
whoever's
first hour.
making that decision
Again,
is
it's
the alpha.
whoever role it is at that point in time.
I think it is situational awareness.
It really is.
I think a true leader understands situational awareness to where sometimes I know that I'm not going to be the final decision maker in this
Right.
question, because I'm going to let Edna handle this one,
But
because
that's what I say
But
about
her-
Jamal.
But when if it's
Jamal-
life and death, if it's
it's always male.
exactly. If
Always
it's,
male.
if
Always
it's on
male.
who's protecting
Always
the
male.
tribe, you are not unless you're going to sit
Listen.
behind your wife.
When Russia comes up against America, I'm not going to see any
I'm
women.
Not, I'm not.
Are you sure
signing
you're not
up,
going to see any
You're
women?
going to see 5 women
Are-
sign
Yeah.
up
I'm not with the
who were
woman
raised
king.
by alpha men.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it.
Oh my
You're not going to do
God.
what?
No, I'm not.
Next topic.
under
Oh my
the
God.
woman king. Not doing it.
Women, do
The
you
women-
see how they both
Not
jumped me?
gonna do it.
They
Not gonna
both
do it.
jumped me on this
I'm going
podcast
to
today.
literally be responsible for my own death.
You know what? How about-
I'm not gonna leave it up to my significant other. Go ahead, girl. Go get him. Go. He got
Start
a
folding
gun.
laundry,
He
start
got
doing
a
dishes.
gun.
Gotta-
Huh? Let me go and see, man.
LeVon's going to start vacuuming.
Shot dead.
Now
What war?
you're being a chauvinist.
That one.
Now you're being
No,
a chauvinist.
I'm
Flat
just
out
saying.
chauvinist. A flat out chauvinist, not
Oh,
a
I
male
did it again.
chauvinist.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man.
Just saying, man.
I knew we were going to talk about. I have like 3 different things for feminism
Total chauvinist.
on here.
Absolutely.
But you know how this all started?
But I'm getting Texas too at the same time.
Texas.
Texas's.
All my exes.
You know how feminism started?
Look at the chauvinist. All my exes in Texas.
They are.
Chauvinist. That's better than I got hoes in different area codes.
Wow.
I got those too.
Wow.
Matter of fact, I gotta replenish.
Next podcast, please
Back
bring on
in the-
another
back-
one.
As
with me.
a single male,
Bro.
we have to live vicariously through, because Austin is also in an entanglement. What she
He
call it?
is.
What did that woman
He's
call it?
relationshiped. He's moving towards
He's allegedly
vacations.
almost
I am not engaged.
Oh,
I am,
allegedly.
I am in a relationship. We are not engaged.
They didn't take They didn't take the trips yet. When they start taking the trips,
It's a trip.
So it's a
Florida.
reference to the last podcast I produced where the host said, "Oh, you're engaged, right?" I was like, "No, what?"
No.
It's too soon.
Yeah. No, exactly.
Too
Thank you.
soon,
It's been
man.
it's
Too
8
soon.
I don't think it's, I don't
9
think it's
months.
ever too soon.
How long have
really-
you been with this young lady?
9 months.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, that's
You could have
way
had a
too
baby in this
soon.
time frame.
No. What is wrong
Marriage
with you
is too
people?
soon in 9
This
months.
is why.
No,
Yes, it is.
See,
in the
thank you,
biblical
yes.
sense, you're not even supposed to be dating.
No. Let me explain something to you. So people give you who they want to give you for at least a year and a half.
No, I don't believe that.
Oh my God.
I don't believe that.
You'll see the real person.
No, not a year.
Not a year?
No.
What?
Wow.
No.
Okay.
Listen, I think you're the reason why 50%
right.
of marriages end in
Right.
divorce.
Right.
Not waiting a year.
See, this is the thing. I think you grow in love as you go along.
So you love a person in 9 months?
Yeah, I love Edna within freaking,
You knew.
I would say probably 2 months.
2
I do.
months?
So
Yeah.
you knew.
Or were you? What's the word?
Infatuated.
Right.
I could have been infatuated.
It was infatuation.
No, because I was getting laid every day before
yeah, and
that.
she was amazing.
no,
she
no,
was-
no. What I'm saying
yeah,
is by
Wow.
the
Good
pick
job,
of the
Edna.
litter.
Every
Yes,
day.
it is.
My God.
You
She's
do
got
not
stamina.
love a person in
That's
2
a lot of
months.
stamina. Yeah. Good job, man.
I gotta get Edna some roses. I can't do this anymore.
shit.
Yeah, someone needs to get a rose because I ain't getting nothing.
Yeah, because
Just kidding.
how do you deal with this young man, Edna?
That's a good question.
She
You should get her on the podcast and ask her.
because he's still here.
I'm his friend and trying to figure out how I deal with him.
I guarantee Aaron would be asking the same thing.
Yo, the single life game though is real different, bro. It's real
You're
different.
single because you're a chauvinist.
That could be true. That could definitely
Yeah.
be true.
That is it.
That means you
Me-
support those in your group. So I appreciate you. being
Sure.
a
If you
chauvinist.
just
Total
read the first
chauvinist.
half of the definition,
Yes,
that's what
the
that means.
only part of the definition that matters in this day and age.
But I totally disagree because I do have
Yeah.
2 wonderful daughters, and I 100% believe they can do whatever the heck they want to do if they put their minds to it because they're smart, strong.
But do you want them to date a man that's going to bow to them?
No,
Do you,
I don't.
do you want them to be part of the 5% of construction workers?
I hate you.
Yes,
No.
because they're
I
going to
need
get.
you to know that I hate you.
Yes, you should.
You're right. I did
Because
round
they're-
that up.
They're required to get 25% of all city business.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
You guys don't understand. Time have changed. Times have changed.
No,
it's
they
from
Who doesn't understand?
2021.
I'm fully aware that
Dramatically.
times
In
have
what
changed.
way? In what way?
Because when we think about traditional homes
Here we go.
back in the days, it's just not like that. No matter how you try to push it
Yeah,
like that,
you know why?
it's not like that.
You know why?
Population. I mean, not population.
You know what's
control.
not changing?
What's not
Women
changing.
aren't buying diamond engagement rings.
Mm-mm.
We
Men are.
do.
No, they don't.
Oh, we buy rings now. We
Uh,
ask men to marry us now.
Women aren't getting up early.
Those
to
Yes,
numbers are
we do.
still. Those numbers are still.
Oh,
Very, very
stop
low.
it.
You're not going to see
Those
very
numbers
many
probably-
women
Oh,
out there
stop
tomorrow waking up early to shovel the driveway.
The only
Stop
reason,
it.
and the whole
Yes.
wedding wing, the
Yes,
whole
we do.
wedding
Wedding
ring thing
wing.
was a.
Are we going back to this conversation?
Oh well, it was.
We did,
It was
easily.
a ploy.
Yeah,
it
like so
was a
quick.
ploy. It was
so
a.
quick.
It was
Next
a ploy to
topic,
sell
next
more
topic.
diamonds. It had nothing to do with the sanctimony of
Next
marriages.
topic.
Come on now.
I'm a pondit anyway. So next topic.
What do you think about Black History Month?
I don't like the fact that we are designated to a month. We should be celebrated every day.
We should be celebrated just like
And we should
American
celebrate
history.
ourselves every day.
Cool. Can you teach me something about Black history that I don't know about?
Everything you learn in school is a lie. And
All the
there's no
inventions.
time. There's no time better than today to really go back and just research your own thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Start any point in history, and go from there.
Where
I
should you
think-
go to learn that?
I
though?
think the best place to start
Yep.
I think if you
Our
want to-
elders.
well, yeah, well, even I wouldn't even go there because
they
a
be
lot of our
lying, too.
elders were kind of hit with the propaganda also.
That's true.
If you want to understand why racism is where it is now, then I would start in the late 1800s, early 1900s. That's where I would start because that's when racism was like, it was like freaking, you could taste it. You could literally taste it. You could see it everywhere.
Uh-huh.
Like you go down the street and you can literally say, oh my God, there is a black man hanging from the tree today.
Wow.
Guess what? There's another black man hanging from the tree yesterday. There was a massacre that happened
Yes.
2 days ago, right? So
And it was the norm.
Some would
It
say
was-
that's happening
right.
now. Do you not agree with that?
I totally disagree with that. completely disagree because there is no comparison to
Back in the days,
today's
that's true.
quote unquote racism versus yesterday.
Yeah, I
Is
feel like
there-
everything today is racism.
Is there police
No.
brutality today? Absolutely. And there's so many situations where police have just
But can I say something
overextended
though?
their
Like
their
even speaking
their
on
their
that
hand.
behalf, cops. So I'm so glad you brought that up. All the police officers are not bad cops.
Mm-mm.
So it makes
Not at all.
sometimes it annoys me because all police officers are not bad. Those few that are, fucked up people, they're fucked up people on their own accord. There are some cops that I know for a fact that are amazing police officers. I've been in situations to where hadn't that cop helped me, I really would have been in a bad situation. I've had cops protect my home, my business. I actually have cops that come to my what's my events, my community events, and they help. So and even in black people, we're all not bad. So again, it's that propaganda. It's that whole don't say allegedly.
I was gonna
Don't you do
No,
it.
it is.
I was gonna
In
press it just for shits and
every
giggles.
race and
Yeah.
everything, there's bad people, but it becomes horrible when we classify them all as the same, and they're not.
When we take the worst of them and equate them to the rest of them.
Right.
It's like Latinos
That
when they
bothers
say
me.
when they say that all of us love pork, and I'm like, yeah, bastard. I do love pork.
I mean, y'all got some amazing
I love
pork though.
I do love pork.
Well, look at
But you're
this.
absolutely right. Not to diminish what you said. Sorry.
Let's even go further with the whole propaganda thing. This is what's crazy about how they found a way to have black people look at themselves as like, second class citizens, or there was something wrong with us, right? Going back to the propaganda back in the day when they used to draw the cartoons of a black face eating mad watermelon. First of all, watermelon tastes good as all fucking hell.
And
Number
why
one.
is that a problem?
Number two is it's like
True. Watermelon's delicious.
it's great, right? But it's also a superfood
It's the
that-
worst White Claw.
that I guarantee
those
you.
White Claws
Hold
are
on, I
nasty.
guarantee you, the ancestors from wherever you came from knew that this fruit was a superfood,
Yes.
right? Bananas, another one. Bananas. Pictures of black people eating bananas. Bananas high in potassium, fiber. It keeps you from cramping. It's a superfood.
Yeah.
Chicken. It fucking tastes good.
And we season it good.
And season it better than anybody else. Who do you think was eating all the food that
Shout out to Taste of the Bahamas. We have the best wings in Rochester, New York. Try us on 4705 Lake Avenue.
There you go. Have you had their wings?
I did.
I was gonna say, at the press, yeah.
Multiple times.
Oh yeah.
So again, just think of how propaganda has made it to where, it had white people look at black folks weirdly doing that, and then had black people feeling some type of way because they eating watermelon and will get offended if somebody like, oh, you're eating watermelon. Yeah, and it's great. It's wonderful.
I can't fathom how as a person you see something on TV or in a music video, whatever it is, and you equate that to everybody else. When you meet somebody and you can't just have a legitimate conversation with them to see what that individual person is like,
right?
Because that's the crazy thing to me, that where we are in today is that we allow such
propaganda.
It's worse than that. You just associate everybody to one group, and even if they aren't part of that one group, you force them into that group based purely on like their ideology
and how you treat them because you think they're part of that group.
That's right. And if you want to attack them, then you place them in this other group. It's like who's the Nazi freaking Hitler of the day?
Right.
Because whoever just said that freaking I can't think for myself, I can't live for myself, I can't have freedoms. Oh, you're a freaking Nazi for not just going along with the government.
What demographic do you think is the best sport in like getting jokes cracked upon them?
Hate you.
Mexicans.
Why Mexicans?
Because Mexicans, we don't. I say we. Latinos in general, we just don't care. We don't care.
Oh
We
my
don't
God,
care.
I'm part Mexican. You're Betty. Don't do that.
Don't care.
Don't do that.
Just don't care. Latinos don't care.
There's a race joke for everything.
I know, but we don't
really
get
is.
mad about any of it. We'll laugh at it.
Y'all laugh at it. Y'all
It was
do
like
laugh
that-
at jokes.
that white guy with a sombrero and a poncho walking around. He's talking like kids in college. He's like, "Do you think this is racist?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's
I
racist."
swear to God.
Like, are you offended by this? They're like, "Yeah, I'm offended by this." And he goes on to Mexico, and they're like, "Oh, that's beautiful. I
We
love
don't
it."
care.
Right? None of them cared.
Everybody used to always hear, like growing up, Like, okay, Puerto Ricans, y'all have mad kids,
Uh-huh.
stuff in the car,
Yep.
always eating pork shoulders,
Hondas and Toyotas.
Hondas, Toyotas, right? Those are always the jokes.
And
Every
15
race had
people
their own
in
jokes
the car.
in the car.
Yep.
And no lie, you would definitely show true
With flags.
accuracy.
With flags all over it. Yeah, because we and that's the big thing I don't
Y'all
that I
were the
dislike.
kings of
Is
details
falling
on
for the
cars.
stereotype.
But we can celebrate each other. It's okay. We
All
all
the
have our
Yankee fans.
differences.
It's okay to be a
Y'all love the Yankees
stereotype.
or the
Right.
Mets.
It's
Most of the
okay to be a
Yankees.
stereotype. Yeah,
It
all of our
is.
freaking Yankees. All of
First
our
of
Yankees.
all-
Los Yankees.
Each of us come in handy for a different reason. So I'm sorry. Each
Austin got something. Go ahead.
culture.
Yeah, I'm just like I'm saying, if you like watermelon, just enjoy watermelon.
Right.
I used to, me and Daniel, ex-host of the show,
Aw, miss you, Daniel.
yeah,
For the streets.
Dan from the streets.
From the streets.
we used to just eat watermelon all the time.
Were you thinking of Lavelle? Are you freaking racist bastard?
Oh my
No,
God.
no. I have photo
Not everything
evidence.
is racist. Oh my God.
Me and Daniel just used to eat watermelon while we worked at on Mount Hope. It was great.
Oh.
Yeah, it was-
We had a
I
guy
grand
sitting
old
in your
time.
chair, one of our guests. and
Not
But
sitting
you're
in my
eating
chair,
like
not
that.
a guy.
You wasn't eating
Dang!
Yeah, dude.
That's how you was eating
It's
watermelon.
good.
Yo,
It
Is that
doesn't
Dan?
matter.
Yeah.
that's it.
That's not him, is it?
Yes,
That's
it is.
When?
When we were working on Mount Hope, it was crazy.
When?
That's from 2012.
Oh, that's a bad joke.
He's
can't
gonna
do that.
he's gonna come out of nowhere and finally comment. He be randomly coming out of
Oh
comments.
my God.
Oh man,
Dan
Daniel.
looks like
way.
that is the best
And he's on the street.
watermelon
So what street is that?
ever.
That was on Mount Hope.
See,
Oh, that's
Dan
by
from the
the Dunkin'
streets.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Eating,
Yeah.
half a watermelon, looking. Yo,
Remember that
is
video?
too funny.
Remember that video of
And
that?
then he had his
Oh, man.
head all skinned. He literally
Look at him,
looks
he's cut up.
he's trying to.
That had to be
cut
the
up.
summer.
He's
Is
trying
that
to
the,
start
that's
some
the
shit.
summertime? Because he's hot. Dan is hot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's too
he's
funny.
He looks like he's really fucking hot.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh yeah, he looks.
You know what the messed up thing is? That's actually Austin. He didn't want to tell you that.
Oh,
yeah, I'm the one
no.
taking the picture.
Oh my gosh!
That's amazing. He is straight up eating a half a watermelon
Oh
with
my
a spoon.
gosh. You are.
You know who was
looking-
eating that other half?
I bet
That was me.
okay. Makes
what
sense.
made
Makes
you
sense.
just cut a half,
It makes
half a
sense.
watermelon and scoop it like some-
Because they're good.
Yeah, because they're delicious.
They're
There
good.
you
There
He's
you
like
go.
some Mexican was selling it on a corner street.
I'm just saying they're good.
He's
Was
like,
that a seedless watermelon?
We got them at Walmart. I took a picture.
oh yeah, he did.
Um,
Apply for a Walmart
but
credit
did
card
they
and get a
have
free water.
seeds?
Oh, those are those are
Did they
Those are-
have seeds?
they had seeds in them.
Good.
Yeah, it was delicious.
That was
Those-
a real one.
Those right.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
Now,
are
do
the
you
real
know
ones.
how to pick a good watermelon?
Yeah, you got to tap on it.
That's
No.
one way.
The end,
Nope.
the butthole.
The sunspots, the one with the bigger sunspots. That means they
Okay.
sat out in the sun the longest.
Okay.
And if it has those little brown streaks in them, that's the really good
Mm.
one. But if you do knock it and it sounds hollow,
Oh, it's amazing.
that's how you pick a watermelon. And I'm not saying it because I'm black.
See, I didn't know that. Did you know that?
That he's black? I didn't know that.
But if y'all want to pick a good watermelon, it was so funny.
Learn something new.
I was at Wegmans one time and I had to teach this old white woman this too. She was like, and it was like so innocent.
Pause.
We should do a show at Walmart where you just teach people how to pick
It
watermelons.
was so funny. And I'm saying to myself, like, I'm literally teaching this old white lady how to pick watermelon. I was like, listen, so the best way to pick watermelon is you got to look for the sunspots, okay? She's like, okay.
Because you totally did the stereotype.
Yes.
Right.
You totally
Yes.
did it.
Broke it down for her.
You
she picked
failed us as
helped
a
her pick.
people.
Did you
helped
tell her the
pick
history of
watermelon.
peanut butter?
So now when she tells her friends, now
Black
she
man
tells her
made
friends,
that. Black
this
man
black
made
guy
George
taught
Washington
me
Carver.
how to pick a proper watermelon at Wegmans. Like, oh my God, really? See, they do know. I mean, they eat them all the time.
Hate it.
Remember that video back
I
in the
would
day?
have
Like
just
when,
walked off.
I had
When,
to do
um,
my part.
man, what was that?
You failed us.
Just breaking it
You
down.
failed.
What was that app before TikTok? Where people used to do shorts.
Fine.
Fine.
Vine, yes,
Oh.
yes.
And
I
they
never went
showed
on
the
that app.
that black woman at like a church picnic, and it was a watermelon eating contest, and she like freaking devoured it.
Oh my God,
was
no.
See
Now
if you can
that
pull
was
out that video.
horrible.
That was
No way.
No, because that's horrible.
yeah. That went.
Yeah,
far.
that was
But how
horrible.
should we but going back to the whole point though, we shouldn't feel offended by that.
Yeah, but we were made to feel
Right,
offended
that's
by
the
it because of propaganda.
Yeah,
we
that's
were made
bad.
to feel
Because it's a superfood.
it. It is.
We're like, you dummy.
Coconuts
Why-
are our superfood.
Why wouldn't you? Why would you
Yes.
eat them?
We
Yes.
can chop one up with a machete real quick.
That's another one.
Put a
Yep.
straw in it. Here you go.
Yep.
Here you go, Poppy.
Superfood.
I don't know why people always. I don't know why they always call people Poppy.
Your name from now on is Poppy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh
Man.
Next subject. Oh my God.
Oh, you want to keep going?
We dig into the racial conversation.
Real quick. That was.
The
Yeah.
feminists, you guys are total chauvinists. Swear to God.
I am a chauvinist because I do support men.
Yeah, both chauvinists. Both of you.
I
As we
support
should.
both.
The
men
only
and
I
guy
think-
I, the
I think
only
our
guy
men
I
today
like
both
is
y'all.
this
I don't
young.
care.
Our men today
What's your
deserve to be
What's your name?
uplifted.
I,
I'm
I
Austin.
am a
The
supporter.
only guy
for-
that I like here is Austin.
within
Woo! Totally
my
fuck both of you.
lifetime, within my
Yeah.
lifetime, if the numbers of women and men can stay around the
We're not
four-
going back on this subject. are we?
3 to 4 to 3 or 4 to 1, female to male ratio, I'm good.
Yeah, stop it.
I'm good. Because then that way,
That's quite the ratio.
Stop
it
it.
is.
Just stop
Because
it.
in that way, you know what I mean, I can get into the poly life all I want
Hmm.
and be good. Be like, yo, listen,
You know you can do that anyways.
there's
Right.
more of you.
There's nothing stopping you.
They make websites for that.
Right. You can move to Idaho.
They do?
Oh my
Oh, I'm on it. Listen, I need a break. Be like, yo, listen.
You live in Rochester.
Right.
Like,
Can't, I don't
the
know about
highest
here in
chlamydia
Rochester.
rate in
Yeah,
all
I can't
the
do it in
country.
Rochester.
Honestly, it's here in Rochester too. There's
Yeah,
a
absolutely.
clean community that is here.
Hand
Really?
swingers.
Yeah, it's
Oh, I
here.
gotta do it.
It's here, and they're clean and
whole
they're
swinger
professionally
community.
clean. So,
Well, the swinging business is different. I'm talking about like you gotta like
but that
You
when
know.
you say poly, that's how it starts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't just jump into poly.
Right. You just
Go
don't
in, right?
find a bitch and be
JV.
like,
yeah, right.
want to marry you. No,
Well,
it
I'm
doesn't happen
learning.
like that.
I'm learning. Hey,
You got to start with the
Available.
upside down pineapple.
Right. Oh,
what is the whole? I don't even understand the deal of that.
don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Yeah, you ain't
I
hit
know
with
the
the drive.
lifestyle.
Don't worry
I know
about it.
about the lifestyle.
If you don't know about it, you
Next,
I don't know the
next,
signs.
Next podcast.
We don't. We
Well, let
should
me
have.
Google it.
We should have a.
Let me Google
swinger
it.
couple on.
Let
Next
me Google it.
podcast.
All right. So, question:
Oh my God.
why is it that when a woman doesn't have a man, she feels it necessary to take on a masculine role, but when a man doesn't have a woman, he doesn't necessarily have to take on a feminist role?
So I can't answer for men,
That's right. You can't.
but petty as a fuck, but I can answer for women.
Go ahead.
And it's not that we're taking on a masculine role. Remember, we have to take on the whole role at that time. That means working. That
So
means,
you're not whole without a masculine.
no, listen to me.
Go ahead.
Listen to me.
Continue.
If I don't have a man,
Mhm.
I'm shoveling. I got to get the snow off my car. I have to conduct all these duties versus if I had a man. Not saying I want a man or I don't want a man. Just if I don't have one,
Mhm.
those things have to be done.
Right.
And men perceive that as being masculine. It's not being masculine. This shit got to be done. I got to shop for myself. I have to learn how to do my tires. I have to learn to make sure my oil is right. I don't have a man.
So doesn't that prove that masculinity is more essential to survival
No.
than femininity?
Not at all. What it proves is I don't have a man right now.
So you got to do what you got to do.
And I have to take on that whole role. That's
Mm,
it at that point. Now, when I get a man, now we know what we're doing.
And he's going to have to know what his role is,
I said this already.
which is changing your tires and
my tires.
brushing your snow off.
He's got to know when to
Is
be
he going to
down
brush
for.
the snow off with a broom or a snow brush?
Both, baby. We Caribbean.
Okay.
We don't care. Just get it off.
Just get it off. I hope your husband's watching this. He's gonna. You got a
He
million.
literally have
Is it
called
him?
me.
That's
Yes. Yes. He like, shut your mouth about
Yeah,
our
shut your
relationship.
mouth, right.
Oh shoot!
You know I'm an alpha. Yes, I do, baby. I love you.
Yep. And she's an alpha as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Let's talk about Taste of Bahamas.
Oh.
You started it when? You've been around for what? 6 years now?
Actually, I've been around since 2014.
Okay.
Taste of
And
Bahamas.
Shalat is what I'm talking about.
Oh, you're so petty. Yes, I've been.
Nothing happens outside of Shalat.
Wow. Is that your really? So yes, I've been in Charlotte for 6 years. Amazing building. I have an amazing landlord. We are right now going to renovate the place to, give a better vibe. Our food is amazing. Shout out to the cook, Jamal Roker.
I have to agree that the food is amazing.
Food is really good.
Yes.
Food is good.
This young man has blessed hands. Whatever he put his hands on,
Whoa.
it turns to gold.
Whoa.
He does. He does. Yes, he does.
This is why I
And-
married him.
And again, I know my role. I'm the hostess and entertainer.
Yeah.
That's what I am. So I understand that part. So together we make it an amazing place. You can come there, get food, good drinks, and enjoy yourself and be safe.
Get a
And listen
rum
to good
punch.
music.
Oh yeah, rum punch.
Do
off
not
top.
do not take the random shot that Jamal wants to give you.
Don't get the back door shot.
Mm. I don't think I have one of those yet.
You did.
I did? Oh,
Yes, you
jeez.
did. Yes, you did. He did.
'Cause I had a lot of shots out of that place. There's all a blur.
Yeah.
It's all a blur.
Supposed to
I
be.
see.
But did you get home safe?
Oh, always.
Right.
Uber.
We definitely we promote if you do, have a really good time there, we will get you home personally.
They will.
No one will ever leave there not safe.
I had my campaign party there.
I
When
should
I-
have got a phone number that I didn't get from there that one day.
Oh, you gotta do better.
I do.
Yeah, step it up.
Gotta do better. No.
They only like alpha men there.
Hate you.
That's why they love me.
I was alpha.
Here we go again. But yes, if you guys do come, so this summer we will have the conch fritters. If anybody know about the Bahamas, we specialize in the conch salad, conch fritters, crack conch also.
Whoa. Stop right there. What's crack conch?
So it's the conch fried. It's the conch fried.
What's in the conch? I've never had a conch.
Oh,
You're gonna have to come have it. You
right,
can't-
because I just paused like,
Right.
what?
Never had conch.
You gotta come there and get the conch.
you lost your card.
You gotta come
I've
there.
never had conch.
Yes.
before.
I've
We-
never even heard of conch. So I don't know what that is.
Oh, you gotta come try our conch fritters. We also specialize in our Bohemian ribs. It's our own seasoning.
Oh man, they're so
Our
good.
mac and cheese is our national
God, it's
dish
so
in the
good.
Bahamas. Oh
That's so good.
man. And our wings, untouchable.
Wings are freaking
Mm.
dope.
So yeah, 4705 Lake Avenue.
It is one of the few spots in Charlotte that I can say just good times,
Good.
Yeah.
good people. I can't say one of the few. I should not say it like that. What I'm saying is, even if you feel like, because when you walk in there, when you go there, and if, let's say the time, depending on the time, there's a lot of people that walk in that I see their eyes like, oh man, am I in the right place? Should I
Right,
come in here?
right. I get that a lot.
But like you said, you are like you're the presenter, the host,
yes.
you're
I'm gonna
everything.
get you out of
You're-
your shell.
You're gonna make them feel good and feel
Yes.
right about being there. You always feel at home, no matter
That's my
what. I
job.
can't say the same for other places. When I walk in, it like the record stops.
Oh.
I won't name that place.
Can I say shout out to Jonathan Hardy?
You
Fucking
can.
love you. Yes, I do. He's amazing.
He also.
And his birthday coming up, so Taste
I
of
was gonna
Bahamas.
say. Is he gonna have a party there? I haven't gotten invited to the party.
Don't worry about it.
Let me ask you this
okay.
question.
About to say, Jonathan.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
I hope for the day that we kind of remove this from the word, entrepreneur. Right? I think an entrepreneur should be an entrepreneur, period, because when you start to attach color behind it and
Yeah.
remind people that, oh, this is a black business owner, black. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It seems like there's like
That's the only thing about them.
right. You know what I mean?
Which is horrible.
Yeah.
Because we're so much
glad you said
more
that.
than that. We have a spirit there.
Right.
And it's an amazing spirit. I've actually had, so me working there, I do everything. I'll bartend, and I'm not going to let you know who I am. I bartend, I waiter, I'm janitorial, I'm all of that. I've had a young lady, I've had a group of people come in, and my sister, I have a white sister. So I'm waitering for this table, and they're like, oh, your service is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. They were great people. But then they said, they pulled my white sister to the side and said, so you're the owner? I just want to tell you that your waiter is amazing. And I don't know how I felt about that. Part of me was happy about the table because they were amazing people. But it's, why didn't you identify? Why wouldn't you think it was a black owner here? I go through that a lot. And I go through, if I'm bartending, it's like, oh, you're the owner? You have great customer service. What did you think I was supposed to have? So changing that narrative between black businesses, we have amazing customer service. Now, there are some customers that come there and you just like, why? Why are you just totally mean for no reason? I've bartended. I've had my children. So all of my children are born through the business. You know, far as if I'm bartending, I've had the baby on with the little satchel thing, and I'm working. We're not going to stop
Mhm.
work because I had a baby. We're going to keep working. And I had one guy come in there and say, "Do you think that's professional?" I said, "Well, I ID'd the baby. She wasn't old enough to drink, so I didn't give her a drink." Oh my God, he walked out. He didn't think that was funny. I mean, I thought it was totally funny. He
That was
didn't
good.
like
That was
that.
That's pretty
That was
funny.
good. Yeah.
So just changing the narrative of when you
We walked
what-
into it is a primarily white neighborhood.
and I get that.
It is a black ownership, and it did take the community some time to
Yes,
even
it did.
accept
Yes,
that,
it did. Yes, it did.
which was hard
Very hard.
because I had to hear, because that's when you came in. I was vice president of CCA,
Right.
and we were hearing it, and I was like, "What?" And we went over there, and we're like, "This place is amazing. What the hell are you guys crying
Right,
about?" There's nothing.
right.
It was just people being,
They didn't want us in the neighborhood. I've had one guy tell me I didn't belong.
yeah. and
Don't worry
that's
about
fucked
it.
up.
You'll be gone in 6 weeks. I was like, wow.
That is what they're. I can tell you that is what we're
Oh my
used
God.
to, because there's not many black-owned businesses in Charlotte who have lasted very long. I mean, the other one was
But
a
we don't last because you don't welcome us.
Well, the other one was a smoke shop selling weed across the street from school.
I can't speak on that.
Yeah, I can say
But that's
just,
different political reasons. That
yeah, no,
is
absolutely.
different. But when you talk about Taste of the Bahamas, I have no violence at my establishment.
No.
I work with the community. I have staff on call. When we do night entertainment, I have legitimate security,
Mhm.
And I've had a person tell me, "Why do you have security? Is this not a safe place?" And it boggled me because I'm like, "You've never
Yeah,
wouldn't you
went
have
to a
security
night
right now?
place."
And
you
I've
know?
I've never had one instance ever of feeling
Hmm.
unsafe or even insecure at all. I'm telling you, I promise you, it's
Because we
it's
have a good time. When
And you
walk
have a
into
good
my
mixed
place,
crowd too that
Right.
comes through there.
I have a
and I
mixed
think
crowd.
it's a lot to say about that. And that's where I was getting to with the whole stigma side of things. Like, don't try and make it seem as though I am inferior to other businesses because I'm black. Don't try and
Mhm.
and I totally understand the whole, recognizing, establishments, right? To get more people to recognize them, right? Yes, I am a black owner. How about I am an entrepreneur that
That's
just
it.
happens to
Right.
be black?
Yep.
Because that, to me, that doesn't create the element of competition,
Mhm.
right? That's what it's all about. You still want to compete within the realms of other establishments, especially for restaurants. Like, I want everybody to come to my place because I got some
Good
bomb
food
ass
and good
motherfucking wings,
establishment,
which
right.
they do. And if you want to get some wings, you better go down there and
Yes.
enjoy yourself and have some good drinks, good food, and good times. That's
That's
what
it.
you're right.
And
So
that's it.
yeah, exactly. But there
You
shouldn't
know?
be any difference between how
I'm
people
black and it's a
value
black, right.
Taste of Bahamas and how they go to Velvet Belly, right? It's the same
Yes.
type of, situation, just different vibes and different,
That's it.
foods and
That's it.
etc.
And it does happen like that. And I've had people walk in, like you said, they're looking like, "Oh, I think we're in the wrong place." No, you're in the right place. You're in the right place.
You came to the motherfucking right place.
Right.
I brought Erin there the first time.
Yeah.
She hasn't left since.
We have a
White
good
girl,
time.
white. You know Erin.
Mhm.
Pure
That's
white.
that
Pure
is
white.
my
She makes
babe.
sauce.
She ain't sauce.
That's my babe.
Some good sauce at
But
that.
you have to be an open-minded person. You have to understand, enjoy yourself. Like, don't come there all
Yeah.
weird. Just
Right.
understand. I've changed people days. I've had people come there that just had a total horrible day, and for them to walk out and it's changed. Those are my ironies, So those are things me and my family work towards. If I can change your day, I've done my job with my food, my drinks, and my music.
In your personality.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
The owner of every restaurant literally drives the business. You want to be around that owner,
Right.
And you don't see that very often.
You don't
Right.
see it often. And the type of people that comes to your place. And it was funny. We was talking like last time I was over there. Come to find out that my relative,
Oh, yeah.
Roy, and you've known him for a long time,
Mhm.
and you had my uncle's repast over
Yes.
at the Taste Bahamas. You know what I mean? That's a family type of business, and we don't have that. That's a traditional,
Yeah.
family small business restaurant where we need to keep people like you around. And congratulations on the honor in at the city of Rochester.
Shout out to Jose Payo
You deserve
and
it.
Jonathan Harding.
You definitely deserve that.
I appreciate things like that because we do things because we want to. I appreciate the being recognized, but that's not why I do it.
Mm-hmm.
I do it to change the narrative. I do it because this is what I love. You know, me and my husband love our business. We don't just have a business. We love our business. My family, my children, you'll see them in the summertime. They work there.
And you'll see them in the wintertime during the
Polar plunge.
Oh,
They out there.
Oh, we did the
The whole
polar plunge.
family was out there
Yes,
this time. Oh my
yes, yeah,
God. I was like, you guys are all going in?
They begged to do it
Yeah?
this
It was.
year.
That was
It
awesome.
turned out to be warm though.
Yeah, it was nice.
But what you don't understand, every polar plunge lately has been nice.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every polar plunge.
Let me find out.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't-
do the polar plunge every year.
I didn't have the chance to do the after hour specials.
Oh, don't worry, because I left early.
Oh, okay, good.
Michelle said she loved you. Michelle's great. Michelle is.
She also makes sauce,
She makes.
which
sauce.
I don't understand sauce.
Sauce is great.
I don't get it.
I
Sauce
bought a
is great.
Bloody
what do you
Mary
mean
here.
you don't get
I don't get it.
like the concept of sauce?
I don't understand what's wrong. I don't understand what's wrong with this guy. He doesn't eat.
Like a liquid
Sauce.
used to season a dish.
So
Like
you
you
just-
don't understand the
Hold
concept.
on. So let me explain it a little differently here. So you season tomatoes,
Yeah.
and then put it on carbohydrates.
It's a wonderful.
That's it.
delicious.
Combination.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
It's the
sense to me.
greatest
Okay.
combination.
That don't make
of
any sense to me.
You
any
could do that
food.
with literally any food and make it sound unappealing.
Make a Puerto Rican dish sound unappealing.
Give me a port.
Pollo guisado.
I don't know what that is.
Then you can't make it sound unappealing.
So you take dead pig
Oh, wow.
and
When
you know
you
the
put
meat
it
of
like that,
Yeah, see, right,
That's
You can
horrible.
make
It's better
anything.
than a live one.
right. You see, you can make
Right.
anything sound unappealing.
No, that sounded
if you-
appealing. What are you talking about? It
Not
sounded very
dead
appealing.
pig though. He said dead pig.
Yeah.
Right,
Like we know it's pork. Just say pork.
right. But the way you
Yeah.
were saying,
No, I'm
like
okay with
right.
it. That pig
carbohydrates or whatever
Pork-
he's
hold on.
saying.
Pork
Starchy-
shoulder.
starchy
Sort of
carbohydrates.
pasta.
No, pork shoulder is pork butt, right?
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
well, pork shoulder.
That's actually a roast. Get
Tell
it
me you
together.
don't look at that pork butt. And you're like, damn, I guarantee that probably tastes good.
Yo, that's a
Spit roast.
juicy butt.
Yeah.
Let it be seasoned right.
See?
Again, you guys got to try Jamal's roast.
Mm.
Listen, that is
When is
so
he having it?
touching.
Yeah, Jamal,
Give
when
me
are you gonna
that
do
butt.
that?
That butt.
Going for that booty.
Let me get that booty. Get some of that pork booty.
Let me get some of that.
Get some of that Puerto Rican pork booty. Listen, you got to stop hating on sauce. And you have,
Aaron just said you like mine, so shut up. Like,
yes,
you don't get
you
it.
have
Jose.
access to 2 Italian sauce makers.
And you like wait, do you
And
think
you
sauce
I feel like
is
that's
only
a.
like
I feel like
marinara?
that's a double entendre.
Oh my god.
Yo,
There's so many good sauces, like a vodka
I have
sauce or an
the
Alfredo
best.
sauce,
and every Italian
French. I'll give you French. French
like a
sauce.
hollandaise sauce.
No, not hollandaise. I didn't say hollandaise.
Oh, bechamel.
I said French.
Yo.
bro,
No.
every Italian that I've and I have a lot of Italian friends. I feel like
It's
my racist side.
Rochester.
I have so many Italian friends. Like I got a ton of Italian friends, right? I'm not a
I'm not
racist.
racist.
I'm not a racist.
I have a lot of
You are.
Italian friends. I know a
But
lot of
within, like,
Italians,
four
the best
Italian
Italians.
friends. Right.
Within Italian friends
You're
that I have
definitely
that would be comfortable enough for inviting me over for dinner, all make sauce. And
Yeah.
sauce would be the invite. And I'm saying yes every single time,
Sauce is the boss.
all day. And you can eat it 3 days later.
It's delicious.
And it
Gets
tastes better 3 days later.
Oh my god. So I'm trying to get this address to this lady. She is an amazing. She makes cookies. She's Italian.
Mm.
She has pastries, but she also makes an amazing sauce and pasta. Her name is Gina, but I'm trying to get her address to where she just opened up at.
She doesn't make cookies. She makes pizzelles.
She make all of that, but she makes cookies and cupcakes and all that.
She's
kind of
over
stuff.
next to Walmart
Is that her?
on Westwood Road. The one that grew up
380.
on Stonewood.
Yeah.
She's
Her.
very shalat.
Yes. How do you say her name?
Gina.
Perna. 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 Gina Perna. Yeah, she's amazing. If you guys do get a chance to try out,
She got
her
a Fruity
restaurant,
Pebbles pizzelle.
she has
Mm.
just
It's
a whole
freaking
bunch
good.
of variety of things. She really does.
I have not seen her new shop, and I feel really bad about
Yeah,
that.
because they just had a grand opening.
Yeah, I feel
like
really
recently.
bad about that.
Gosh, I'm
But she
trying to
moved out of
find-
the Charlotte area, so I'm not happy about that.
Well,
Mm.
they weren't appreciating her.
Yeah,
It's true.
I think when it comes to entrepreneurship, it starts with the idea and creativity. And we're not, reaching the youth and giving them that inspiration that they need to kind of create other other
No,
businesses.
because the only thing that matters, would we call her a white entrepreneur?
No, we
Right.
wouldn't. Right,
She's
we wouldn't do
Italian.
that. We
Right. Would you call her an
wouldn't do it.
Italian entrepreneur? No.
No.
See, that's the
Just
problem
call
that I
her
have.
Entrepreneur.
Right. That's what I
Right.
have about the Hispanic Heritage Month. Do you even know when that is?
That's coming up. It's March.
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it isn't.
No, oh no, they do. They celebrate it in the NBA.
Sure.
I think it's next month.
No.
I'm telling you, if I'm lying, I'm flying. It's not.
Yeah, Hispanic Month Madness. It's coming up.
It's
It's not
coming.
it.
NBA. I'm
No.
telling you. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now.
We
God.
both looking up stuff right.
I'm telling you.
We don't even have like a regular month. We have like the 15th to
You
the 15th.
do have it. It's coming up.
But why is our heritage isolated to a month?
We
We should be
don't
celebrating
want any of
every
it.
day. I don't want
any of
a
it.
month. I'm amazing every day.
And what we just did last night was, I feel as though we just paraded black people around.
All right.
City
National
Hall.
Hispanic
Like, it
Heritage
felt really
Month
weird to
is
me.
September 15th to
Uh-huh.
October 15th.
Right, middle of the month to middle of the month. Right.
Late to your own.
Tell me that's not all fucked up. Yeah,
You're
it's supposed to be
late
some
to
time.
your-
Let's get
We
Puerto Rican
gotta
time.
compare.
Puerto Rican time.
Wait, but is Puerto Rican time worse than black people time?
It
It's
is
very
if it's
equivalent.
15
Two different
days.
days.
15 days late. 15 days late.
'Cause I'm
Can I
late.
just-
Like,
Can I just say, as a white guy who's always late, I'm really glad you guys just took that.
We took that away
guys,
from you.
You guys
Yeah.
took that one for
All
All you gotta
yourselves.
say is I do a podcast with a black guy and a Puerto Rican guy. I'm always late. That's
Yeah.
why.
Right.
Yeah, you
so
know.
we both can't get a full calendar month because we only got one.
You only
the
get
28th
February.
with February. Y'all can't get a full
Y'all-
calendar month. You're just in between September to October.
Yeah, that's so weird. We don't even get like the Libra time frame. It's like
Oh.
it's so messed up.
On the cusp.
I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it.
No.
That's like
we should celebrate each other every day.
we can't say we're
Yeah.
American and that we treat everybody equal and everyone
Mhm.
has equal rights and everything like that. And then we have one
Right.
month for somebody. Then we have
After that month, you
Juneteenth,
don't
and then we
matter.
have
Right.
September 15th. Yeah,
Wait, but look, after that month, you don't matter.
exactly how it feels.
We're celebrating
I, as a
every day.
Latino entrepreneur and podcaster and elected official, I only matter from September 15th to October 15th.
That sucks.
Well, you know, within
But
here,
even then, I don't get counted for it.
within here in Rochester, though,
'Cause I'm white adjacent.
African Americans were literally the leaders within the catering servicing business here in Rochester. That's how a lot of people were making money.
And you guys forced
We're-
the unions
Yes,
because unions came about because they didn't want black developers taking their money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you guys were under. You guys. It was you.
No,
You
you
people?
guys.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? You people?
You guys were undercutting
Yeah.
You're
the
racist.
Italians, and the
Yeah.
Italians got mad about
You
it.
people.
You're totally racist.
Totally racist.
Yeah, man.
Add it to the list. Add it to the
Well,
list.
they definitely ran the servicing business within the hotels. The most notable waiters were black.
Mhm.
It was an honorary job to be a waiter during that time, and to do that job,
And a
that's
doorman.
But remember,
That's a
we were doing
tough-
that in slavery. So, I mean, that was our automatic something. We
Well,
served
even
the
within-
tables when we were, the house.
But now when you got to
Once.
pay for your when
Can't
you got to
say
pay when you have to pay for that work, like the top waiters were recruited to work at the big hotels.
Yeah.
And when they got into the big hotels, like they were running shit. They were really naming their own hours and doing their own thing. The crazy thing about it though is like after a while, they found a way to have black folks just kind of not like those. I don't want to do that no more. I feel I can do whatever. But
Same thing with trades.
you look
That's
at
why I really
yeah.
feel like they should bring trades back. Like,
Oh,
that's one thing
yeah.
I was
They said
on
it was
board
racist.
with you. No, it's not. One thing I was on board with you. Why?
Hey, one thing.
Well, more than one thing,
Yeah.
but we're talking about this one thing
Uh-huh.
right now. One thing I was on board with you when you were running, it was more so the trades. Because again, I come from stuff like that. Everybody's not meant for college. And then
Right.
you check college out. So what you're telling me, I have to pay for an education
Mhm.
to be in debt.
Exactly.
So
I have
when
to start
I-
life in debt.
Right. When I get out and I get that diploma, I'm still in debt. So I have to pay that first before I actually make money. That's ridiculous.
Edison Tech is definitely
Shout out to
like,
EFIT, baby.
We should that school should have
Northwest
been
District.
developed. That school should have been
I'm definitely
developed
from
way
Edison.
more than
I'm
it is
definitely
right
from
now.
Edison.
Yeah.
You know
They,
what I
they
mean?
refused to do it. They stopped it because
And that's
the
why I
black
got
family
the
said it was
trades.
racist. They said,
I don't
why
think that's
are
racist.
you forcing my kids to become a tradesman instead of putting them towards college?
Listen,
He
I
never
have an
listened.
amazing nephew.
Mhm.
His name is William Carter. This young man came right out of school doing from a trade. He's an electrician. He's an electrician at 18, 19.
Oh man, he's
He's making money. He's one of the
What's
guys
his
that went
gender
over
again?
to.
What's his
Loveland.
gender again?
You're petty.
Oh.
We're not going to go back to that. We're not going to do that. We're talking about my nephew right now. He
I
went
know
down.
subject.
Oh,
Maybe
okay,
just ask
okay.
him what his coworkers.
Yeah,
You know?
I hate him. I hate him so much. He went down. Was it to Florida
Mhm.
that had the situation?
The
So he
hurricane?
went. Yeah, he went down there, and he was one of the people climbing the poles, redoing everything. $3,000 a week.
Good for him.
18, 19 straight out of school, and that's a trade. You know, they don't exploit that to our children, which needs to be exploited more.
But you know
Everyone's
who's,
not made for college.
who's leading that charge though? It's the liberal far left white woman. I think
I hate him.
we need to change that
No.
because
We should have never took that out.
all you need is just two black people on the side. Yeah, I'll support
We
that.
should have never took that out.
Y'all need, man.
Because a lot of
We
our
don't like to
children
work
will
with
be
our
further.
hands.
We need somebody to stand up and say,
A lot of our
"How
children will
about
be further.
no?" We need that as a sound.
Because when
Yo,
we hear
remind me
college,
after.
All right.
people get scared. We think of debt. We think of all these years we got to put into it, and we might not even get a job.
For no reason. For
In
no
that
reason. You can
trade-
you
in
can
that-
go into banking without a degree. You can go into the police force, the fire department, and get a union job.
Yes,
Go 20 years and get
but
out.
no
and-
one's
No, you don't
telling
wanna
these
do that.
children that. They're not telling them.
They
that.
are.
do
We
that.
are.
We are.
We are.
trying.
The city is.
I got
The
a
parents aren't.
I got a bachelor's degree, and then I was like, oh, this is worth anything. So then I learned a trade. Now I'm a heating and air conditioning
See?
technician,
Yeah.
and that's where I'm making money.
Making real good
Bank.
money.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Yay.
I got a trade.
Thanks, Moe
I
Shandon.
own my own business.
But that's again, just like you were saying earlier, the propaganda, and we allow it. We allow it.
Fell for it.
Right. We used to
Hook,
Well,
line,
because
sinker.
some
Yo.
people don't know no better. And
folks would
that's
be
it.
like the plumber. Yo, a plumber.
Makes
A
money.
plumber is valuable.
Not only
You know
that,
how much that crack is worth?
Listen,
That plumber crack?
that
Yeah.
plumber John
Yeah.
is
garbage
worth.
men.
Because
That's
you know
what-
why?
The ones that pick up the garbage, they
Man,
make
they
money.
make so much money.
He's telling everybody to kiss his
You know how
ass
many-
because
you know how many
he's getting
city
paid.
jobs we have available right now?
Mm.
City jobs that you do not need a college degree for.
Right.
I-
They don't know.
I was the
it
only
needs
person.
to be posted.
That's posted
I was the only person who applied for the job that I have right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
in Penfield.
They're that
Oh.
short.
Uh, yeah. And
But you would
that's,
think
know,
though, you would think that our city school district,
Wait, was that it? That's all you had
our
to say?
school, but
Yeah,
see,
like,
guess
I'm-
what?
that's not the
don't
reason
know
for
why
school
our school
trades.
district.
I have a
the
trade
reason why our
job,
school
and I was
district
the
don't support
only
it.
person
People
who
who are
applied for it.
teaching it,
Gotcha.
they don't know how to do it. They don't.
Who what?
The teachers who are within the school district don't know how to do any of these trades. So why would
No.
they value it? The only thing they know is, well, you just got to go to college. You got to get your degree, honey.
Yeah, I
said it.
can't take any man, I'm not gonna say it.
The
I really
first-
can't take any teacher seriously right now because they're teaching these kids.
They're pushing.
No, it's not their fault though.
They got taught a certain way, and then they're teaching it
that's
to
it.
the next
Mhm.
kids. And it's like, when do we stop this? It has to be
It's
parents
not
getting
their
involved.
fault.
And thank God for COVID because it forced parents to
Yeah,
be more involved
more
on a
hands-on with
computer.
the kids.
And
Oh,
they're
yeah.
saying, wait, hold on. What did you just say? Hold on. What are you teaching my
They
kid?
took that
Right.
away real quick too.
Hell yeah. They took them right
that
back to
away.
school.
They took it away real quick.
Like, oh, wait, these people are rising up? Oh, no. We can't have parents
Well,
rising
wait,
up.
you're
against the
teaching
school
your
system.
son who during this time?
Right.
Benjamin.
Go to the
Banneker.
go to
That's
the
a
notes.
lot.
We're gonna have to end this
What's wrong
pretty
with
soon.
you?
Angela's getting into the trades. Good.
Get him a trade.
and again, I understand because I have a million children. And
they,
yes,
they will have.
yes,
They,
they
have
were
more
homeschooled
jobs
for
available.
years.
Kids will
Spaghetti
have more
meatballs.
jobs available 6 to 7 months after completing high school than they ever would from going to school for 4 years.
Right.
You can't look.
Right,
Oh my god, I'm about to get angry.
right, because this is a touchy subject.
If you
But
are
it's
you
real.
are a Puerto Rican or a black person today, and you have a child in high school today, you're an idiot if you tell them to go to college, unless they're becoming a doctor, architect, something that's going to
Mhm.
require a degree. Right?
Mhm.
If your kid's stupid in high school, don't send them to college. Put them in a trade right now because the city is pouring money into infrastructure. Put your child into learning how to operate a freaking crane because that interlude project,
Yeah,
guess where all that money is going towards?
Mhm.
If you are a black-owned business that teaches kids how to operate a crane, you're about to get paid stupid money.
Yes.
My brother
Yes.
is getting paid $110 an hour to operate a dump truck, not a garbage truck, just a dump truck,
Yeah.
like for construction work. They gotta
Right.
dump it into a dump truck and they just go and drop it off.
That's it.
$110 an hour.
I'm a one up you. Go to sam.gov. 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 It is a website by the federal government.
That's a masculine website right there.
You shut your mouth.
Absolutely. They have over
We're not going back to that conversation.
Check this out. The federal government has over $60 billion in reserve for
Specifically
for government contracts that they are
required.
Right. And they are looking for the people who have first dibs are minorities.
MWBE
So they're
businesses.
giving money away
Required.
to do these type of trade positions that are available that they
Right.
need done through the federal government. $60 billion.
So we're starting a construction company
Okay.
where we're putting you as the CEO. You are the woman, black woman owner.
We will get
Okay.
I
paid.
am a veteran,
Mhm.
disabled. We're gonna get paid.
You're only disabled mentally.
That's only mental.
That's it.
Yo.
Yeah, fully functional.
All right.
And
Yo,
there,
let me in on this. I got a
yes,
heating and
yo,
air
you
conditioning
gotta get into.
certification.
You in
Yeah.
too. You're in too.
We're starting an HVAC company. We'll get the contract.
We gotta
and we'll
be
just
in
make
front,
it work.
and
Right.
you're in it. And
As long
we're
as I
gonna
get
the
paid,
money.
man.
You're gonna
Paid.
get
That's all
paid.
that
That's all we care about.
$60 billion
Play
is
the
waiting
game.
right now.
Play the game.
Play the game, y'all.
game. If
Play
you
it.
want to learn, trust me, I'll teach you. I
But
don't care.
honestly, it takes
I do not care. I'll teach you exactly how to
podcasts
get
is
done.
like this, and it take people like you guys to put that information out there.
What do you mean, people
you
like
may
us?
think, oh, you
I'll take it
people,
positive,
you
yeah.
people, you
A
think
smart
that
people, that's right.
people know about this stuff. They don't.
Yeah, they
No,
don't.
they don't.
I know.
They don't.
When
And,
I
and
didn't know that,
especially if you're in school. Remember, again, we're going to go back to homes. Single parent mom, let's say single parent mom, she's going to force her child because this was put in her head.
Mhm.
He needs or she needs to go to college in order
Yep.
to have a better life.
Get good grades, go to college,
Yes.
get a
And
nice
that's
degree,
it.
get a
We do not teach our children. Get a trade.
If
Or
they just
own your
read
own
Rich Dad,
business.
Poor
that's
Dad.
generational wealth. Yeah.
Or own
I
your
should
own
read that.
business.
I was
Read
giving
that
away.
book. They're
I
good.
was giving away the child version. I said I will buy your child the child version of
Hold on,
the
wait.
Rich Dad Poor
You're
Dad.
going to buy a child?
Not a single person said
Sounds
they wanted it.
suspicious.
Not a,
That sounds suspicious.
a child of color. I'm gonna purchase them.
Yeah.
So we got.
That'll be on RochesterFirst.com tomorrow.
Don't
we
say that.
checked
You
out.
know they're going to talk
Councilman
about
Jose
you.
Pio said he's
So
willing
we
to buy your
checked-
child.
I already cut the sound.
black
clip.
child. A black child.
Yeah,
We
it's
checked
gonna be like-
all the racial boxes here today.
all of them. All of them.
We can start any business today. But I'm waiting to play. Listen, I'm so ready
It's
to
called
like,
intersectionality.
bro. Do you know how long I've been waiting to like use my race card? Like I have it.
At this
I've been
point,
waiting to use it.
I've been not using it for so long, and I'm sitting here saying,
Might as well use it now.
might,
Play
as
that
well,
shit.
might as well.
Play it. I'm really
Might
good
as
at
well.
spades. I'm a very, very good partner to have in playing spades.
What
Really,
does
really
that got to
good.
do with anything?
It has everything to do with it.
What he's saying
listen,
is he has a poker face.
right. And when it's time to play that Joker, the Joker trumps all. The big Joker kills
Big
everybody.
Joker or little Joker?
The big Joker.
Okay.
Listen, when it's time to play that big Joker, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play that race card. I'm just gonna hit it.
It's like that double blank domino when you end it and the game on
Yes.
it. Boom, copy, cool.
I'm gonna use it on a liberal every
Y'all don't know
single
about that.
time. Every time.
We gotta get this woman home to her 10,000 children that she has.
Yes,
no, she said
because
she
I
said
am
a
That's what he's really
million.
calling for.
Yes.
A
He's like, yo, what the
million.
hell are you?
No, but it's my children call it and my husband.
Dang.
So-
Did they know where you was going today?
99.
They did, but
What you
they-
told them? It was a 30-minute show?
No, I told him you were on the show and my husband didn't like that.
Oh no.
He said another
You're
alpha male.
suspicious.
No, no.
Don't be
no,
suspicious.
he was like, oh, that's why he talks shit. He related to Roy.
You're suspicious.
Was Roy singing in your restaurant?
No, but Roy is my favorite.
He'd be singing.
Roy,
He's
listen,
an ex-cop.
if you think, yes. And I got
Ex-police officer.
Hopkins?
yes.
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 I didn't know he was
Hoppy.
an ex-cop.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
no,
call him
no,
Hoppy.
you're talking about his son.
Oh,
We're talking about senior.
Oh, I
don't
know
wrestle,
senior.
You
Yeah.
wrestle with junior.
I
Yeah.
wrestled
No,
with,
you wrestle with the third.
I wrestled with him and Gerard.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You wrestle with his sons. Yeah, G was.
Listen,
G's a-
me and his family member, we go at it all the time.
yeah.
All the time. From the time he walks in the door.
Yeah, Roy is that guy.
Yes.
But
But he's
retired,
amazing.
Retired RPD.
Roy Senior.
Yes, Roy
Yes,
Senior.
Roy Senior.
You had to see him. You had to see him because he's a wrestler too, and he would always come down. He'll probably like try and wrestle maybe once or twice. but he definitely came to practice. You've seen him before.
Maybe.
So can I say this real quick? So shout out to Gina at Dazzling Desserts at 380 Elm Ridge Center Drive in Greece. That's the Italian young lady that has the amazing pastries, sauce, pasta,
Sauce. I don't
whatever.
get it. Wait, she's got
whatever.
pastries and sauce bubbling up over there?
Yeah, she has amazing stuff. You have to try it.
Where's it again?
Oh my God, did you really do that?
380 Elm Grove.
380. Thank you.
380 Elm Grove?
It's in the same
Elm Ridge,
Elm
Elm
Ridge.
Ridge Center.
in the same plaza as Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yep. Just opened. So
nice.
when you guys get a chance, try her.
You just happen to be messaging her, or
Yeah, I
is
was
she
texting
watching?
her at the same time.
Oh, I
She's
guess.
watching too.
They be scoping.
Thanks for watching. I'm coming for some sauce.
Listen, Gotti is a big deal, baby.
That's
we
right.
get the politically correcting podcast special, right? Little extra sauce on top of the sauce.
A little extra P.O. Pizzelle.
Miss
Oh,
Gina,
I want some
they're
extra
asking
conch.
you that.
Conch fritter.
Little extra, Gina.
I mean, you
I
can
want-
get one more
I
conch
love sauce.
added.
Yeah, oh, I'm
And
coming for that
pastries.
conch.
Conch. That's what I wanted. Some of that conch.
Yes.
Conch crack.
Conch me
4705 Lake Avenue, baby. Taste of the Bahamas.
Can't miss it. You gotta go. Let me know when you go because I'll meet you there. You can buy me a rum punch.
I'm just gonna get covered in conch.
Do not.
That's not gonna smell too good. I don't think the lady's gonna love you with that.
Oh man.
On that note,
Right?
On that note, during your travels all across Florida and the Bahamas, if you
never
ever
met
come
a woman that
across,
turned down some good conch.
I hate y'all.
if you ever come across Kanye West or John Leguizamo, let them know I'm trying to get a hold of them. But in the meantime, Austin, hit that funky music.
Hit that funky music.
Conch too, man.